Hey, everybody. It
Well,
is Tuesday. It's from the barracks. And I'm sorry. I was just watching Papa like.
hey,
with the
I
phone.
made I made it happen, right?
Until I do this. Wait, what the hell? Oh,
What?
there we go. Until I do that. All right, everybody. It is Tuesday. It is from the barracks. We're here, uh, filmed live in front of a studio audience.
Studio audience. Who you got
Um,
trapped in your office?
Evidently, everybody that's watching. So, of course, I am Joker for Players Wanted. With me is the man, the myth, the legend of the shortest height but biggest heart, Greg Paparizzi from Dead End Outfitters.
Good
We
evening,
have
everyone.
we have a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. It is going to be one of our typical standard streams where we're on for a while. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Um, so. We're going to talk about some upcoming events. We're going to have some special guests on a little bit later on. I'm making one special guest to sit inside the thing while he picks his nose.
Oh,
So we're going to talk about events. We're going to have a long segment of Dollar Theater tonight, guys. We really are. This one's going to be interesting because I actually played on 2 days of Airsoft that I typically don't play. I played on a Friday at Miami Airsoft, and I played yesterday at Miami Airsoft. So we have some stuff to report on that, and it goes through and do it. Ashley, hello. What's up, Bob? We're going to have some announcements about Pew Pew at Sea. And then we're going to finish up the stream with pretty much a Q&A on the prison game up in Crescent, Operation Big House, the Syndicate. So buckle up, everybody. We have a very good tonight. So let's go ahead and bring him in because he just looks bored. Like, I wish I could show you guys my screen with the back end admin stuff on there. And now he's flipping me off so he can wait for another until I decide to flip him in.
He's not bored. He's not
Yeah,
bored.
you don't see the image I'm looking at. It's like right now he's like doing this number, biting his finger. He's doing this. He was picking his nose earlier.
He's
It's
not
great.
bored. He's nervous.
All right, so let's go ahead and bring in the Brax man, Braxton.
Oh, yep.
Hey, everybody.
And you got
And then everybody disappears. I love this. All
it.
right.
Perfect timing. We
Oh, your guys' food showed up. Mine still hasn't gotten here yet. Of course, the wife took off with the credit card, so that's always fun.
I'll be right back. I gotta take the food somewhere. Leave the screen up.
don't know. The reason why I didn't want to kick him.
Hey, we have a firm rule now that if you walk away from
the
your
reason
computer,
why is because he wanted everybody to know that he wasn't walking all the way.
Oh, he's coming over here.
I got sushi.
Yeah, we just wanted everybody. We wanted to make the official announcements.
Well, we could hear him over your mic when he was yelling.
Okay. I tried to. He's got it. He has a booming voice. What do you want? It carries.
Me?
All right. So before we get started with everything, we're gonna make we're gonna do this at the beginning of every single stream. Now we're gonna make the announcement of the events that we're gonna be at, whether it's myself, Papa, everybody, or events that you guys should really keep an eye on and go out to. So first and foremost, this weekend Saturday is Black Dragon Siege up at Wasteland Ops. It's run by Rage Custom Airsoft. Ron Webb will be on a little bit later on tonight to talk about that.
RC Customs.
RC Customs. Well, look, I'm going to say it from this perspective, right? If it's RC Customs, then all branding needs to be RC Customs. What I see,
Why is it not?
I'm kind of with Joker on that one.
Is it not? I haven't seen it. I just know that that's what he was rebranding to, and I'm trying to assist him in his rebranding.
As RC Airsoft. However, on the actual page for Black Dragon Siege, it actually says Rage Custom Airsoft. So that's what I referred it to because I was looking at it on the screen. Thank you very much. The next event that we're going to be going to is myself and Casper are actually going to be at Fold a Gap. We're going to be playing
Casper!
Yeah. Where the hell is he? He hasn't been on the stream in a while. But we'll be out there. We're going to be running Warsaw, so we'll be tan. We'll run around, mess a couple people up. That's actually a really fun event up in Hickory. It's Hickory, or just like another name for it as well. But Hickory, North Carolina is the closest spot that I saw for it. Just check out foldagat@airsoft.com. It's actually going to be a ton of fun. After that is one I'm looking at going back to, which is Firestorm 2. That is going to be at the location for Mayhem Mill in Carlisle, South Carolina, run by Operation Lion's Claws events. That was actually be headed up by now Kevin Walker, which is actually going to be a really fun event. He's got a lot of cool stuff planned for it and all that. And then
our very own Kevin.
I think we have 2 more events for the end of the year, but the next biggest one that we're going to mention certainly is going to be the Operation Big House in the Syndicate, which is going to be in Crescent, Pennsylvania. That one we're going to go in depth a lot more today. So those are the events if you guys are looking at coming out and play with us over the next few weeks or months if you want to. Plus, there's going to be a couple of things happening at Outfitters New Field. So with that being said, I guess we'll go into our first major announcement. So take it away, little man.
I got an announcement. Which little man? Me or him?
He's big man.
So yes, there is definitely an official announcement that it is official. Are you getting excited?
I'm very excited.
You look like you're very excited.
No, I've heard about this.
The reason why you can hear Braxton in the background is because he is officially here, and it is official that he is now a co-owner of Dead End Outfitters. I will let him tell you more about what has occurred with the boneyard, and we'll be going. Go ahead, Joker, by all means.
Just Brax, turn your camera up a little bit because it looks rather weird that we don't see. There you go. I mean, now we got the glare off the top of your head, but
I put it into a bowling ball polisher sometime. A Simpsons episode.
All right, so go ahead with your guys' announcement, and then.
So yep. The boneyard is temporarily, possibly permanently closed up north. Trying to hand it off to DJ Pumbaa, if you know who he is. He might be able to take it over and run it, but that's still up in the air. It's kind of hinging on his wife. But yeah, so I'm down here. I'm a new co-owner and partner with Greggy Boy, and I'm super happy to be here, being part of it. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I was at my first game with them on Saturday. It's really hot here. From Indiana, I'm now in South Florida. So it's going to be great. I'm excited.
He didn't do so well. He found his way out to the field and immediately found his way back to the shade. I'm going to call him out on that.
Dude, go for it, man. Like, hey, when the infantry gets to Afghanistan and Iraq, that's 2 weeks before anyone makes them do anything.
Yeah, this is not Iraq. This is South Florida.
I hate all of that.
And see, I did follow my own rule. I left to go into the port.
We're very excited to have him on board. Bringing a lot of great things. He's bringing the Humvee.
We're not bringing like repair skills or customization options, and
Yeah,
bringing a Humvee.
I lost a lot. Yeah, what did we put? We wrote something else down that you're bringing. I don't remember. No, sorry.
He's nuts.
17 years of experience. 17 years. 17 years of experience in the airsoft industry. For those of you that don't know, Braxton used to run Boneyard Airsoft up in Indiana. Had his own field, had his own shop, had his own everything. Now, being able to join forces together down here is only going to make Dead End Outfitters even better. We're trying to bring South Florida everything they've expected from us and then some as we continue to move forward. So very happy to have him. Very happy to that he was actually able to make it down in one piece, even though some of the stuff that he moved with did not. So
we're not talking about that.
No, I think we need to because we always like talking about stuff that makes.
So yeah, first off, all I'm going to say about movers, I hired a company to move, pack everything for me because I'm too old to deal with that crap. Unboxing the boxes. One box had pillows, a Bluetooth speaker, or Bluetooth, or a entertainment center soundbar, and one fork. They also wrapped so much crap in paper that was unneeded. I opened up two plastic water bottles wrapped in paper. like packing paper.
How about your action figure? They packaged an action figure.
Oh, they did. It was not an action figure. It was a McDonald's toy from when I was 7. It was wrapped in 3 layers of wrapping paper.
Maybe they knew how important it was to you. You ever think about that?
Yeah, you know, I mean, not for nothing, but if they took that much time, energy, and all that stuff to keep your McDonald's collectibles, you know, I think that's.
I only have one. You sound like I have like 9 cats and a bunch of McDonald's toys.
Not 9.
There's 4.
I gotta find
One's not mine.
I gotta find a way to better light the back part of my office here. I mean,
light bulbs.
That'd work.
I mean, I got this that's like shining on me and all that, but I'm really trying
have that up here now. Looking like a fucking bowling ball's head.
Well, I mean, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to light up the back.
Hang on, call him out on it.
Yep, 12 minutes and 5 seconds.
Braxton, damn it! Set the example, will you?
No. I was telling Christian there's going to be a lot of say as I do, not as say, do as I say, not as I do over a DEO now.
Oh, it's there. Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Here you go. Here's one for you. Fired.
What?
Fired.
You can fire me.
Yeah, you can.
Read your contract.
I know, right? Did you read the fine print? No, I didn't. Sucks to be you. Yeah, I need to get this. I need to get the backlit up better. I got to find a way to do the lighting so that way, like, people can really see the air. I mean, in here it looks like it's bright as hell, but on the camera, because I'm sitting forward, all the lights are reflecting off of me.
Don't touch me.
Oh, we're wasting power, so I came in here.
Wait a second. What? Did he really just say that?
What? Don't touch me.
No, that he's wasting power, so he came in there.
I don't know. He's low on his blood sugar's low. He needs to eat. Divvy out the food, will you?
Oh, you know what? Maybe make it so I can hear what's going on.
Be good. So be good for something. Oh, now I gotta cater to you.
Yeah.
Son of a. You know what?
You know what?
I'm glad I'm not over there right now.
Oh, You know what? I'm glad you're not over here either. How about that?
Yeah,
How's that make you feel?
That's accurate.
Why would he be here? That would sound terrible.
I mean,
what did he say?
hang on. He said, "Why would you be here? That would be terrible." Let's see. Audio outputs. Oh God.
You just messed it up. I don't know what you did, but now you're frozen in the most unflattering picture ever.
Well, I'm gonna hang on. I'm changing the audio here.
Okay, you do that. And as per normal with every other stream that we have, technical issues galore. It says almost we should plan for
I would say I can hear you, but I can't because Braxton is the loudest person on the planet.
I could hear him over this.
Yeah.
You'll hear these nuts if you don't watch out.
And there we go. Right?
You know, Greg, you have to have him there. I can mute him on my side. In order to mute him, I have to mute you.
I try to mute him, and he takes the ball gag out. I don't know what to do about that.
Just use the tongue. It's a trick.
I've done that.
You see my work with the straight jacket.
I have. There's a video.
All right.
What's your name?
What was his name?
Go on.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, this is not going to be distracting at all with him
not
sitting
at
right
all
beside you.
Yes.
Throwing
I'll be going home in there in a little bit.
We need an entire web series of these.
Joker said I'm not scheduled.
He wasn't scheduled.
Is you telling me that he's not scheduled?
Somebody dinner.
You're an unscheduled guest.
That's right. He was.
That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful.
He's like, let me in. I was like, you're not on the list.
I see how it is. There's no more cows.
You know, he's like,
professionalism is actually back on the table.
He's like Matt Damon. I'm like Jimmy Kimmel, where he just kind of keeps trying to sneak onto the show. That's what it boils down to.
Hey, if you call me Matt Damon, I'll take it.
Does that?
And you're Ben Affleck there, Papa.
Does that make me Ben?
Yeah, it does.
I guess I'll take it. I mean, there's worse to be.
Papa's volume is very much overpowering yours. Well, I think I can fix that.
It is how I project my voice.
Jesus fucking Christ, they're not lying. Wow.
Sorry, guys.
That was.
I'll speak this if that's okay. I won't. How is everyone today?
I'll just try turning you down a little bit and see if that solves the problem. Holy crap.
You couldn't turn me down if you tried, baby.
Miso soup, miso.
Want to bet?
This is terrible.
Why
are we doing this? Poor Joker.
No,
I have to say that.
yeah, because you know what?
Viewers, Joker can just.
All right, kick him the fuck out.
Out.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, guys, we're going to get back on track here because we actually have something to talk about and we're trying to stay on thing. It's going to be one of those things where Braxton's going to be banned from the channel. That's all it's going to boil down to. All right. He goes, bring me into this so then I can dip, but he's still sitting right beside you. So that's not
I gotta eat.
all right. So let's talk about some events here. I'm going to go ahead and message a couple people to see when they're ready. All right, that's not what I was looking for. There it is. All right. So one of the first things that we're going to do is, again, guys, if you guys are looking at checking out events,
Go on.
Sorry, there's just like some noise coming through the thing, and it's like
I'm listening.
nailing me.
They may not.
That's
be, but
fine. Yeah, I know. I know you're listening, but your sound is like nailing my ears for some reason.
Whoa, was that you or me?
That was something on your end was coming over. So, anyways, all right. So we actually have a really cool and awesome event coming up this weekend, and that's going to be Black Dragon Siege. And at Black Dragon Siege, we Papa and I are going to be on the the Dragon Legion, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so with the Dragon Legion, I guess our job is to mess up the other two factions. So, I mean, I'm honestly contemplating bringing out that G&G LMG and running it for the first time, really.
The HPA one?
Yeah. The one that's up there. That one. Or I might just bring out the Stoner 63. So, one or the other. So I'm actually contemplating doing that so I can run as light as possible, because then the only thing I really need is my battle belt, and just have the tank in there. So
we are primarily defensive position. So that's
what I understand us to be. So I'm strongly contemplating. I'll make my decision by tomorrow. I'm going to have to make my decision by tomorrow. So, oh, cool. Hey, Ange. So, so Black Dragon Siege is going to be up at Wasteland Ops. I mean, if you guys haven't been there before, it's actually a kind of an interesting setup when it comes down to an airsoft field.
I have not been there before.
Okay. So the cool
I've never
thing about
played
this,
Wasteland Ops.
Like some cool history about this place. It actually before used to be like a Jeep track for people to go out there with their Jeeps and all that, go over different elevations and everything else. So it should be kind of interesting. Yeah. But before I go any further, let's just go ahead and recognize some people. Hey, Chris, what you doing? How you doing out there? Of course, Ducky. What? No minigun? I'm
on my phone right now, so I can't really see the comments. So if anybody's saying anything, if you wouldn't mind.
I will. That's we have Rattles Racing Florak. Dave White says hello. We got Op 4 Airsoft Battle Belt, Bud Guard. Typically, I only run the Battle Belt now. I don't really run a plate carrier or anything else. I haven't run one for almost a year now. And
doesn't need to. His chest is completely leatherized now from the amount of BBs he's taken to it.
Boy, are we going to talk about that in a minute.
Sorry.
So it's,
go on.
So it's actually the field itself has actually got some. It's got some structures around. It's also got some. For Florida, it's got some elevation. There's a couple of hills. There's a couple of elevated spots. There's a couple of cities that are there. So, yeah, Chris with the worst luck possible. He got COVID twice within a month.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
So the event itself, 3 factions. Tickets are still on sale. For those of you that are interested in getting out there and doing it, we're actually the wands from down here are actually going to be coming up.
The what are?
The wands.
Oh, the wands. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We call them wand 1 and wand 2. So let's see here. All right, I'm just pulling up for the tickets for Black Dragon Siege.
Yep. So this is, guys, and this is Ron's first the first event he's ever put on. So I want to say that help support him some. He's making the jump. He's changing some of what changing the direction of the company. He's trying to add some new directions to it. He's done a lot of the he went over to a lot of the customization and proprietary stuff. He's got the mounts, he's got the cloak suppressors, he's got the inserts, he's got all that. Now he's working on the on hosting events. So definitely if you're local to it, if you're in Florida for sure, get yourself out there, help support some of the the local guys. And it should be a great, really, it's a three-action event, with us being an op 4. So it's green versus tan, tan versus green, and all versus us. So should be a pretty good event.
Yeah, and like, jeez, I'm having a day today, man. Let me tell you, it's just been busy, chaotic, and everything else.
Is your Tuesday a Monday?
This keeps happening to my chopsticks, and I'm not happy.
It's not gonna work well.
Because nothing sucks than having broken chopsticks. I guess I'll go to this pair. It pretty much is today. We had a lot of stuff go down and all that, a lot of information to go over. So,
hang on. You realize that was one of the worst first world problems I've ever heard of before? What did you say?
What, broken chopsticks?
Nothing worse than broken chopsticks.
Like when you're trying to eat sushi, man, it sucks. You know what? The Japanese would probably agree with me.
Nothing worse than that. Maybe there is, but no, there's not.
So if you want to have your chance to come out and shoot me, now's your chance to do it.
That would be, there's your reward right there. Coming out.
Rattler's rage. Tell Pop I'm going to clear with the wife. Another purchase coming on Friday.
Sorry.
Wait, Rattler, is that purchase you coming up?
Is Orlando?
Oh.
Hey, Rattlers, is that purchase you coming up to the prison game? With that being said, we're ready to bring in Ron Weber from RC Airsoft. How you doing today, bud?
Good, guys. Can you hear me clearly?
Oh, we can hear you just fine.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Today's just one of those bad technical days where it's like.
Braxton wanted to say hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay, it worked.
That is not distracting in the absolute least at all as we're trying to get stuff done. You're doing this to somebody with an ADHD brain that, piece of candy.
Yes, I am. He's right here.
Someone said something talking about me?
Get out of here. You don't eat all my food?
Anyways, thanks for coming on.
No problem.
All right, turkeys. I'll see you guys later.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you already.
There we go. Now I just muted him. So now I can't hear him at all. Sorry.
Braxton was saying goodbye. Braxton was saying goodbye.
God.
You ran him off. Thanks. There's
You're
another
welcome.
one. You ran off.
You're welcome.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You
So,
know,
you guys having fun or what? What's
no,
going on?
I am not having fun right now. We have a show to go. We hear that it's 3 hours. He hears it's back to 3 hours, so now it's time to derail everything, so it takes 4. Ron, thank you very much for coming on and talking to us about Black Dragon Siege.
Thank you for having me.
This is going to be one of your first events that you have going on, so
Mhm.
everybody that's going out to an event like this, even though Ron's been to a lot of events, Ron's been CEO of a few events and all that. Whenever somebody's having their first event, what I like to try to remind everybody is, hey, be nice to a first-time event host. If there's something that you don't agree with, have constructive criticism on it. Don't annihilate or attack. But you are going with a 3-faction event. Now, to be honest, I have not had a time to read anything about your event, so now's the time that you can tell us all about it.
Okay, well, I'll gladly do that. It's as mentioned, it's a 3-faction event. It's a siege type Milsim, which means it's attack, defend, but the team defending is an invitational. It's a team that is comprised of seasoned veterans, individual players, teams, all that have had years of experience. Some of them have military experience. Bulldog is the CEO of Black, and so many people know Bulldog. And it's 50 of them against 120 green and tan. And green and tan, the kicker with the event is that the green and tan are not technically enemies. They are. They both have the same objective: destroy the Black Legion. But they don't gain any points from shooting each other. But at the same time, they try to stop each other. So it's a leadership kind of nightmare. I'm rooting for both the leaders on green and tan to do well with this, but I think it's going to be crazy. And we've thrown in some tricks along the way too, with no communications at the beginning until they find intel. Black Dragon Siege Legion is allowed to send out recon teams. There's 7 points that, or you might call control points, but they are points that the green and tan have to capture to gain any points. And Black Dragon Siege main priority is to keep them from doing that. So
You mean Black Dragon Legion?
Yeah, Black Dragon Legion. Yeah, it's supposed to stop there. Yeah, I've said it so
I've
many
heard
times.
it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I am. I've said that name so many times in the last 4 or 5 months. I think I accidentally spelled it wrong today. But I just, it's we got 170 players that are all going to be clashing. It's going to be. Here's what I've been telling everybody about the event. I designed it so anybody that's bored is bored because they chose to be bored. Okay. There is not a reason in the world that you shouldn't just blow through BBs. You shouldn't just have a great time. You're going to get shot. You're going to get blown up. There's mortar attacks. There's bomber attacks. There's MiG-29 attacks, all controlled by the Black faction. But remember, they're only 50 strong, and they're condensed. They're not allowed to leave their defense zone except for a couple of recon teams. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Wait. I have to be contained to a spot?
Well, not a spot, unless Bulldog says so. And then they're going to chew you down like Hercules. No, you're going to have a lot of running room. It's not like you're all sitting in like one little CP. Oh, no, you've got a lot of area to cover, and you're not going to be able to go much farther forward anyway, because in front of you is 120 guys that would love to shoot you. So...
And I think that's like, so if it's 120 guys, so it's 170. You said 175, right?
170.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 170 people. I mean, that's almost about max capacity for that field.
Yes, I think we figured out Matt Boyle. I don't know if you know him, but
I'm
he runs events there all the time. He had a 200-player event there, and it was stretching. So I decided to go down 30 players. We're maximizing the field. We're letting the teams free run. There's no containment areas. Wait, they can't cross here. They can't cross there except for the exterior borders. The leaders are going to have to work their butts off to maintain control and keep them going in a direction. And the biggest hitch is, I think, for the leaders is that we are not announcing the locations of any of the 7 points, except for the CP, and that exact location is not being divulged because actually the Legion is not picking it, the exact location of 5 of the 7. They're not picking them until game day. So there's not going to even be any intel floating around. So Green and Tan are not only going to have to keep each other from advancing, they're going to have to figure out where everything is. And they have to, there's a procedure for how they take these points, these bunkers, and it's explained. And I, just like any event, and I know you guys know this, there's a lot of literature, there's overviews, there's storylines, there's rule sets, and it's all in there. Everything I'm talking about, it's in there. I know because I wrote it.
Well, the funny thing is, like, for the last couple of streams, I mentioned Black Dragon Siege. I think in the last, 3 weeks? 3 weeks we've been announcing it on the stream, Papa?
Yeah.
And we sporadically mentioned it, past couple months. I said, I know nothing about this event. And they go, why haven't you looked at it? I was like, I don't got time. I was like, with Operation Big House, with the crews and everything else, I was like, on top of that, Damien got his new wheel, and now we're having a problem with that.
Oh no! No, that's
well, it's nothing bad. It's not bad. It's just that there's one of the power wheels, the power wheel on the left side. In some spots, unless it's level, it does not get enough traction to actually move, so the wheel actually spins. So because of that,
sounds like a tweaked frame or something.
More likely, probably just a setting has to be done because there's 3 wheels on each side, 2 small wheels and then 1 big wheel. If not, I just call the company and they come out. My son hasn't been able to use it at school yet because we don't have a way to get him from daycare home in it. So he goes to after school for that. So, so it's just a matter we still have to get him that stupid lift, and the insurance fighting. That's a subject for a different day. We're actually going to be announcing soon our charity live stream because we actually need to do it. I made a brief announcement last week at the end of the stream that I'm actually setting up a 2,300 mile bicycle ride for me to go from mile marker 0 all the way up to Van Buren, Maine. To raise money.
So what happens so you're going to go 2,300 miles?
Yeah.
How long are you going to give yourself to go 2,300?
Oh, it's an endeavor. It's if I do it in less than 2 months, victory. But I used to cycle a lot. I used to be able to do like 150, 250 miles a day, like actual street cycling. It's just I got out of it like the last couple of years because of all the other stuff going on. I picked up Airsoft and all that, so I'm going to be getting back into it. One thing I'm concerned about, though, is that nobody has said anything on Restream. So we have viewers. If somebody could post something just to let us know that you guys are still there, or if we're having an issue.
Yeah,
chat
I don't
again.
see anything either.
I wanted to point something out. So, Joker, you said something before Ron jumped on, and I wanted to clarify it. The tickets are sold out, are they, or are they still on sale?
Handful on each side are still available until midnight tomorrow night. I don't care if it doesn't sell out or not. I've got to stop the buck there because we have to put rosters together. We have to finalize the ticket count. The check-in has to be handled. So,
yeah, that's so. Hey, Wands, since you guys need to get your tickets purchased, whatever side you're going to be on, because evidently it's shutting down tomorrow. So we have 2 guys that I met up with on Friday that are really interested in going to the event now. They're new players and all that. So everything that I'm seeing on Black Dragon Siege so far is that this is going to be sort of Milsim light, right?
That's the concept. I couldn't go chest deep in it because this is our first event, and a lot of players that go to Wasteland, the regulars, I don't really know if they are ready for something like that. So I went kind of like 3/4 Milsim, little bit of lax like there. Like everybody's a medic. When that's usually not a doomsday thing, they usually go with like 1 medic per squad, I believe. And we're slacking off on the mortar hits. Don't just instantly kill everybody. because Black Faction,
Ah!
the Legion. I'll tell
Black
you what.
Legion matters.
Yeah, so Black Legion matters. They have a lot of firepower, and if they just unleash it, they just kill everybody. So we're allowing them to be medicked there. And there's no platform rules. In other words, there's no classes, riflemen, SMG, that kind of thing. That's kind of open venue too.
But
and
you do have the standard restrictions for when it comes down to the different classes, like obviously 100-foot engagement for snipers.
Oh yeah. The MEDs and chronos are all the same. I'm big on safety. No, I know about that, and we're monitoring that. But you're not. I mean, there's going to be a few LMGs out there. I actually think the Legion's bringing more LMGs than everybody else.
Well, when you're talking about that many people versus it's I mean, so the guys thinking about getting your tickets. Remember, ultimately it is 120 versus 50. And it's really 120 versus 50 of the people that you want to shoot the most. That's really, I mean, look at what you're talking about. You're talking about Joker. You're talking about Bulldog, right? You got, I mean,
who doesn't want to shoot Wiener? Who doesn't want to shoot Wiener?
Listen, I shoot him just for fun sometimes.
In the Wiener.
So it's, I mean, shooting me doesn't do you much good unless you turn your hop up down. Otherwise, straight over the top. It's I mean, that's let's be honest and fair here. I know my limitations. So the getting in there, getting involved in it, guys. You got 120 versus 50, and it doesn't mean it's not going to be 60 versus 60 at some point or another as well. You come across someone if you're trying to get an objective.
That's my Candyland. I get to shoot everybody. But we do have a question that came in for you. How strict are the uniform requirements now? In the case of the ones, they don't really have camo colors yet. So solid tan, okay. Solid green, okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So I call it Milsim Light. It's really not an insult. What it does is it opens up the playability for a lot of different people that are just not used to something like this. Most people don't realize that that when it comes down to it, like if you jump into, say, I would even say TCA. TCA is a little bit Milsim Light, but they're on the higher end of Milsim Light. But if you try jumping into like what is it? The one company I don't like to say, the Milsim West events. Yeah. Theirs is so strict, and it's like, ouch factor.
Well, you're talking about the difference between Milsim and Real Sim kind of thing.
Yeah.
These you start making your way to, Milsim West and some of those guys. You really are talking about, Real Sim type event, guys.
Great Lakes Milsim, that's the one that I was also thinking. There's another one. There's another one out there. Augie says, Papa Mark, hello from New York City. Hello, Augie. How are you? Jesus.
Augie, what's up, buddy?
I don't want to learn more. There, close. Jesus. Sorry, we are definitely having some issues with Dreamstream today. So if you guys are wondering why I seem like a little bit frustrated, like half of our graphics don't work, so we didn't have the 30-second intro this time. So it's like at least the background's working, but damn, we don't know what's going on with stuff today. So, I mean,
not heavily impressed with him at this point, to be honest with you.
With me or with Restream?
No, well, I'm never impressed with you, but with Restream, with Restream,
barn door is wide open. He's not looking up and paying attention, so I figured I'd throw him a little bone because
I appreciate that.
Sometimes you got to get the little chihuahuas something big to gnaw on, so they feel all big and strong.
You know what I've got going on in life right now. So the fact that I'm even here,
So Papa's on my WhatsApp chat with the rest of my team and all that, and I have like a general chat for people that generally go around. And these two guys that are brand new to the sport wanted to find out about upgrades and everything else, and I said, "Oh, best thing you get is a D-Hop barrel from Dead End Outfitters, the best patch barrel on the market." And he goes, all right. They go, all right, sure, I want it. So I tagged Papa at like 3 different posts, and he didn't respond. And I'm like, I called him today. I was like, yo, read your messages.
I'm so removed right now. And Joker, just so you know, I did it to Ron also. I just this morning in one of the Black Legion chat, he's like, yeah, the parking or there's a $10 head count. And I'm like, is that for parking or for camping? And he's just like, man, you need to read something or watch a video or something. And I'm just like, dude, I'm living out of boxes between 2 houses right now. Life is just not good. I think life is great for me. It's just not easy for me right now.
All right, because I'm having problems too. What's this $10 per person thing? What's this now?
Camping. If you're camping Friday night, it's $10. The campsite is actually VFW property, and they charge $10 a head. It's kind of like donating to them.
I gotcha.
And I have to register people. They have to DM me or they have to send me an email and ask for, they want to be camping, give me a list of names, how many cars they have, because we have limited space for cars. And the $10 is nothing to do with me or Wasteland Ops. It's just going straight to the VFW, and I appreciate it. That's actually kind of cheap. And you have to do it ahead of time because that also closes off at midnight tomorrow night. Because we have everything's midnight tomorrow night. I've been waiting 5 months for tomorrow night.
If you're camping, guess what? But you know what? That's the way it always is, Ron. Like, It doesn't matter what you're trying to do. It's like you're trying to plan events and all that. It's always at the last day. Oh, today's the last day. And all of a sudden you get like 100 tickets sold. It's like, what the hell, guys? And that's where all the questions come in.
Yeah, I'm expecting tomorrow will be pretty hectic.
Yeah. I don't envy you. Tomorrow's another Airsoft day for me. So, excuse me. Excuse me, that burned.
I kind of want to add on to what you said before. You're talking about, is it a mill? We're talking Milsim Light and all that.
Yeah.
Just to explain what is Milsim with it is, there's nobody can do any weapons. Of course, they're all, real steel based weaponry, and there's a command structure on each side, and there is a semi-perfect uniform system, and it's an actual operation that you gain by attacking and taking instead of just like capture the flag and run away, that kind of thing. You have to take it, and it's rewarded by how long you take it for. If you take it, you get points, and if you hold it for 15 minutes, you get more points, and blah, 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 blah. So, there's going to be a Humvee there. It's not really a field base for vehicles, but I was able, thanks to the guys, the guys down there at Wasteland, they have one Humvee, and if you watch the videos, you would have seen it. They're going to be down there, and lots of smoke, lots of explosions, and lots of people. So on the other side, we're a little bit laid back. Maybe next time we'll have it a little bit more serious where people expect that we're going to have a serious event. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That's the most important part, for sure.
Absolutely.
The thing I always say about the thing I look at it the most is that when it comes down to like say seriousness versus I have more fun at the games that are not taking themselves 100% serious than I do at the games where it's strict regiment and all that. So I have more fun at those because there's more times. What? You shut the hell up.
Wolf, I can't clear. I'm eating sushi and it's just Lone Wolf just keeps coming out of my throat. I'm sorry. It's just
right in the dick. I can't wait to get it on camera. I'll do that behind the back shot. What the hell? Anyways, so I a lot of times I like gameplay like that because you could just fun, you could goof off, you could have a good time. It's not being taken seriously. There's so many events that Papa and I have been to recently where people take it so seriously on these things that are supposed to be fun pickup games, essentially. And the people treat it as if it's like gun ho, rah, 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 rah. It's like, dude, chill. This is We're here to have fun. Did you really just smack me with a frying pan? Yes, I did. What's the problem? It's funny.
I actually already have things that are in places, what you might call back form. Do I need to do it again for a new link? Which form is the question?
And who are you talking to? Is the other question.
I'm pretty sure I get questions like this. I'm pretty sure he's talking to me. I've been flagging him left and right. I've got things, let's just say, you might call it the backlog, not in the story, but they're there that I can throw them in when wind changes, or I see that, somebody's really bogged down, and I start to see people that they're not moving around. I've got things to help pep it up a little bit.
Yeah, that was for you.
I assume the form you're talking about is the, ticket, waiver, camping waiver. If it's either one, okay, let's see. If it's the ticket you're trying to get, then you can go through the Ticket Leap app and find it. If it's the waiver, you fill it out online. They send you an email. You verify your email. Once you do that, they send you another email. And from there, there is.
They show up at your house. They get your DNA. And there's.
And then the second email they sent you, there's actually a link. I have it actually on the event page. I have an actual picture of what you're going to click. That takes you there. If for some reason none of that is happening, you might want to verify that you actually did fill out the waiver completely. Because there's check boxes and a signature, you got to agree to stuff. So I hope that helps.
It's a waiver. It says the waiver. He says the waiver.
Yeah, that's the wasteland waiver. You can fill out two. So if you think something happened with the first one, didn't really go through or something, try it again. It takes literally 30 seconds to do. Try it again and follow the steps I was just talking about. Wait for the emails, that kind of thing, and then they're easy to print out. So. Now, if you don't mind, Mark, that just there I see people. I saw that he's asking about it, and people have been asking me about the waiver. The reason I am asking for paper waivers is because this is two companies working together to hold an event, and the wasteland side of that company gets all their waivers, and it's in digital form. They have it all there, but I have no little proof or digital proof. So I just go ahead.
Makes perfect sense. I'm just going to say, it's like, if you don't have all the information you need it, especially if you're an event host, hey, because that's all you need is that one bad thing to happen. It's like, ha-ha, here is Joe Idiot's waiver showing that he should not have turned a gun and pointed at his own nuts.
I hope so. I hope we don't run into that. Every event holder hopes that. I don't want to run into that. I want everybody to have a good time. The only thing I want people to have that hurts is muscles from working too hard.
By the way, I think you could add that for future reference. You're using Ticket Leap. We're using Ticket Leap for the prison game. I think you can use that. You could put the waiver inside a ticket link.
Yes, I did a generic one, and I decided to follow the Wastelands waiver because I didn't have the connection. The proper way to do it, if you don't already have one, is to use someone else's or to hire an attorney and actually have them make up one. Never got around to it, but this is on Wasteland's property. It's not some place I'm renting. So their waiver is going to cover what happens on the field. And yes, you're absolutely right. There's a generic one I put in there just to tell people,
as long as it's like, hey, look, assumption of risk when you're stepping on the field, assumption of risk.
It's common sense, really.
Did you show up here to get shot? Yes, good. Now you know. That's the new DEO waiver. Hi, welcome to Battlegrounds. You're gonna get shot, okay? Cool.
Yeah, man.
And what happens if you don't call your hits? Shoot them more.
You get shot more.
Yep.
You get an air bar too.
Going on to some of the other stuff that's there, the questions I always ask are, I take it then tag-in launchers are not going to be used at this event, like launched pyro.
Launched pyro is in the Doomsday rule set, which is what we used. So it is permitted, but they don't have any supplies there. I don't sell any of the launching tagging stuff. So it hasn't been omitted, but I haven't said, hey, everybody bring it. So it's there.
And I guess the only thing that, being a first event, because we learned this the hard way, the last lockdown game, it is called an airburst, not a direct attack on somebody. So, I mean, we've seen quite a few people take some pretty bad hits with tagging rounds to the face and to the chest.
I got you.
So, and it just happened actually, at a TCA event where a photographer was walking around and got tagged, and the bruise on his arm was pretty epic, and there was another one that was on his side that was pretty bad.
Jesus,
so yeah,
and
he's a photographer, and he's got photographer blue helmet on, and bah, bah. It's like
somebody's like, "Don't take my picture." Sorry.
Man, videos like that are going all over.
We'll keep an eye out for it, Mark. If I see anybody with them, I can pull them to the side and talk about it for sure.
The only thing I say is this: like, if you mention at the safety brief, if you're using launch projectiles, just airburst, not directly at somebody.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do a class
promo and a check-in, just like the big Milsim. So and I'm holding the safety brief, so yes, I will bring it up.
All right, awesome. I mean, that's always cool. So I see that you actually have pyro that you're able to purchase. So if anybody's looking at tagging, they might want to get their hands on it now, because there's going to be at least a 6-month a ban, actually, a full-on ban from tagging products. We talked about it last weekend.
Actually, I know this is not common knowledge, and if I had just missed the email, then I wouldn't know it either. I was actually asked not to sell tagging products for 14 days. Okay. And the last day of that, the 15th day is October 1st. So we can still sell the tagging. But I have a feeling a lot of dealers didn't see that email that came out from them. They weren't supposed to sell for 14 days, but people still did because they didn't see the email.
Now, that doesn't make any sense, because you guys already imported it. You already have it in your hands.
Yeah,
why you're not allowed to sell it?
I think maybe they're forced to send out that email just to stay legally happy or something. I'm not really sure. So I read it twice, and I was like, okay, well, thank goodness my event is on the 15th and 16th day. Worked out well. And it's going to be a shame to see them go. I hope they get it worked out.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure it'll get past. That's politics in play, and we're not going to get into all the nuances of that crap.
No, it's ridiculous.
So is the Hummer armored or regular shell? Important to know how to take it out. It's
the same doomsday rules. If you take them and you pick them apart and you find out where to take out technicals and stuff, there's actually like a 2-paragraph page, and it just tells you how you can take out these vehicles. Pretty much from what I'm gathering, it's just all standard shell Humvees. There's nothing special about them. They're not tanks. I think you can do it with a grenade right underneath them, a grenade inside. Just read in the rule set. It's there. I actually copied and pasted for a guy who was asking about it, because it's in the rule set. It's actually easy if you can get close.
Yeah, grenade within 10 feet disables the vehicle.
But it doesn't kill it. I don't think it kills it. It just disables. I think
it kills the vehicle, not the people inside.
Right. No, I'm pretty sure it has to do underneath. Well, maybe it depends on the grenade. If it's just an EG67, I think it has to be under the truck.
Well, I guess. All right. So then you must be running up an old rule set, because usually, like, the way that they always said is if it explodes within 10 feet around. Look, people are wasting $10 to throw a grenade, at least $10 to throw a grenade at a vehicle, whatever. I know that the grenades always went off and everyone was dead, but if you're using the same things, that means the gunner could be shot. You're not allowing the driver to be in play, are you? To be shot at?
He's if his window's down and he gets hit, we can't do anything about that.
As somebody who's a technical driver, I always love it when event hosts do not allow the technicals to be in play, like the drivers to be in play. It's just a safety factor. So
I see what you're saying. Well, I do believe
themselves.
I'll have to read over the rule set on it. There might be something on it if they're moving. that makes all the difference. That if they're parked, the driver doesn't. I can't see how it wouldn't be allowed to be in play.
So the reason why I say it, and this is always like whenever I talk to an event host, I talk about technical rules because if they have technicals out there, I want if I come out to an event to drive a techno, I want to be safe. It actually happened to us when we're up at we're at Colony Wars. Wiener was somebody behind, and if I didn't have my foot on if I didn't have the vehicle in park, I didn't realize. I mean, like when I stopped, I didn't realize I threw it into park. Somebody was shooting in the backside. It ricocheted off my window and got me right underneath my eye. I said, "Oh shit!"
Ow.
And I pulled the steering wheel and I let my foot off because I ducked down because I was like, "Ow!" If the vehicle was not in park, it would have moved, and something could have happened. So that's the only reason why I say it. Even in park, when somebody's parked, there's a chance the vehicle can move. I always look at the safety factor because the last thing I want is somebody to have an accident, and then next thing you know, now we can't have technicals anywhere because insurance companies will no longer do it because a claim was filed. So that's just my feedback. But
Joker, I think there's too many grenades to begin with. I'm sorry. I read that. I read that as a comment for Serious Viking, and I was just so annoyed at that. I'm like, shut up. If you're being killed by a bunch of grenades, move faster.
Move faster.
I just shut up already. Just move. I feel like I'm either an angry old man at this point, or I'm just play the stupid sport. Stop complaining because either you didn't save enough money, or you don't move fast enough, or you're just too dumb. I don't know what it is. I'm not calling anybody in particular dumb, but if you feel like the game is now a grenade game, then buy a grenade, or don't play, or play somewhere else.
No,
I'm sorry.
All right. And speaking of which, I'm going to bring him in right now. Everybody, welcome Crisper McCrisperson.
There he
Kevin
is,
Walker.
my man.
It's all blurry.
Yeah, you are blurry and you are backlit. Your internet seems to not be working too well, sir.
He is not. That's actually how he looks in person. I saw him a week and a half ago.
But that's how he moves too.
Yeah.
He's moving so fast. He's a blur. He's like what was it? Zoom on the Flash.
Yeah, he has to keep moving.
It's funny because there was when we were at Mayhem Mill 2, a dude showed up with just a bandolier full of tagging. The dude must have thrown like I don't know, like $500-$600 worth of tagging grenades throughout the entire weekend. Brought no sidearm, no nothing. That was his job.
And he paid somebody's mortgage by doing that. That's what I'm getting at.
Yes, and people were honestly pissed off about it. I was like, look, there's simpler ways that you could fix if people are complaining about being overblown up. Like there was a report of one dude that was one group of people that was right below a murder hole at Serious Viking, and somebody was just pulling pins of grenades and chucking them out the murder hole.
I actually talked about that, and I was not complaining. I was laughing, and every grenade, it was so funny. It was like 25 of us dead, just scattered about. And I was like 6 feet away from the murder hole. There was like 3 other guys that were like in the same radius. And we're just all sitting there, just laying there dead. And you would see, bloop, 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 bloop. And we would just yell, look out! Boom! Bloop, 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 bloop. Honestly, just kept throwing and throwing and throwing. It was amazing. It was awesome.
I would have loved to have.
Fantastic.
I would love to have the camera view from both sides, like the one up there, throw another grenade, and then right below.
to me, the only thing was I'm like, why are you still throwing them? Because you're wasting them. Like, it's not. If you just looked out, you would have seen. Wasn't anybody even trying to save us? There was no saving it. Anybody who was trying to save was dead already. There was no saving. Just stop. Somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Do something. But
I did a little research here, and I think I understand why that person, whoever it was, asked that question. It's gonna be. We're just gonna classify it as a standard POV. It's not a heavy vehicle. I don't know the acronym for it, but it's just gonna be a standard vehicle. And if you read the rule set on it, number 9 in the section, EG67s, flashbangs can take out a standard vehicle if it blows up underneath the vehicle. Okay.
Sorry.
They did change that for like Overwatch 6. They added in within the 10-foot rule, so.
Oh, okay, I can go with you on that. This is just the one I pulled off their site recently. But no, it's okay. I mean, maybe they threw it in there.
It always helps to know how to treat the technical, because it always could be a bad scenario. Like if people like technicals could be really awesome at the same time they could be really bad when it comes down to it. So, Kevin, are you going to try talking so we can hear you? Negative, sir. And I'm not even messing with them. I don't even have them muted.
Our next.
This time? Was there another time?
Yeah, there was another time.
Our next charity event is actually to get Kevin something faster than 54 baud, 5400 baud. We're going to actually upgrade him to possibly DSL. So we will be getting him there eventually.
I'm waiting for the fingerless to come up, but Kevin's way too nice.
Oh, wait, here, let me show you what it's going to look like when he does it.
No, it's going to be.
Yes.
Yeah, Christian, rules, you say. Rules clarity, you say. What the hell just happened? Well, half my lights just went out. I don't know what the hell happened.
It's called karma.
It's that damn ghost that followed me home from the prison game. So as soon as Kevin figures out his thing, we'll go through. So it's looking like it's going to be a fun event. I'm really excited for to play yet another weekend of Airsoft. I'm doing 3 weeks in a row. After Black Dragon Siege, I have Fold the Gap. After Fold the Gap, I have Mayhem Mill 2.
Mayhem Mill 2.
Firestorm 2.
I'm actually taking a break from just push, and I'm going to 2 events within a couple months after Black Dragon. I'm going to Firestorm and to your event.
The prison game, Operation Big House. That's going to be like I'll tell you what, that AO has me so excited to go back out there again. Even though it's haunted, it's got all sorts of crazy stuff out there.
Just make friends with them, with the ghosts. Maybe they'll help you.
Joker has enough trouble making friends with humans. Don't even bother trying with the ghosts.
Hey, I make friends with humans all the time. It is funny. I now have a shadow at Miami Airsoft. He's a 12-year-old kid. He was out there last Wednesday when I played. And he followed me around. He goes, "Hey, help me out." So he was literally following me out. So Friday when I went out to play, he was there. He's like, "Oh my God." So he was always over by me asking me questions and everything else, but he talks so softly with all the noise around, I could barely hear him. I was like, "Speak up, enunciate." I was like, use the diaphragm. So this kid's actually been following me around and trying to do the stuff I did. It's really awesome to bring like new players in to the thing, like the wands. Not you, Juan, the other one. So we have Wand 1 and Wand 2. It's like that's how we're gonna have to identify them, like Thing 1 and Thing 2. And I was like, yeah, that's not gonna be confusing at all. And they're definitely trying to come out to your event. I guess Team Russia is the one they're gonna go on. So hopefully they bought their tickets.
Yeah, well, just a little bit over 24 hours.
All right, so. Black Dragon Siege, guys, you heard it here. You're like less than 24 hours away, or a little over 24 hours away from getting your tickets. So if you're looking at coming out there and shooting me, come get your tickets now.
And please come prepared. All your waivers and papers, just bring them, please. It'll make registration or check-in so much easier.
It always helps when check-ins goes by smoothly.
Yeah. Can I say something about that, Rook, also? So me being a grumpy old man again against airsofters, this is going to become my thing. Shut up. Just shut up. It is not easy to check people in when you're dealing with 150, 200, or 700 players. Don't gripe that it takes hours because you got like herding cats anyway. It is so difficult to get 5 airsofters to do one thing, especially if it's Joker. To get them to follow any kind of direction, it's so difficult to do. Try getting 700 of them to do something. And then people want to gripe, well, I paid my money. I don't care how much you paid. You paid to be here. Relax, we'll get you there. And it wasn't even my event. I'm just saying.
Amen, brother. Amen.
All right. Cool your tits. For a 700-player event, you should have more than 2 tables open. I'm just saying.
You know what? Maybe,
So
maybe not.
Story. Okay.
Maybe, maybe not.
Oh, you didn't hear about this, Ron?
How long did it take you to check in?
Not me. I wasn't there. I had to stay home because of COVID. No,
Kevin will say the same thing. Look, it took a while. You stood in line. You did what you had to. What you did, and look, again, if I paid an extra $200-something to go to the tier 1, I would have been there early. I would have showed up on time at least, not waited till the last minute and be like, man, I'm gonna. So they did the right thing and they moved the people forward. They moved them forward the way they should because tier 1 you paid, so we're gonna get you moved forward. Look. Not one of us is in a race. We're all going to end up in the same place, dead. So shut up, stand in line, and wait your turn. Period.
Is this working yet?
Oh yeah.
Hey, there he is.
Hey!
I heard you when you said Firestorm too.
Oh, okay. Then I've been playing with settings for no reason. Tier 1 always gets priority access on Fridays. It's not like that's a new thing.
Yeah, but the reality that
I'm not going to argue. It would have been nice to have more than 2 people doing check-in, but it is what it is. I mean, they weren't allowed onto the field. TCA wasn't allowed onto the field till 2 p.m. So they had to have a lot of their staff getting the field ready for the tier 1 for Saturday mornings, everything. So.
No, I get it. I'm not the one complaining. I wasn't there.
Series Viking was a 700-player event.
Yeah,
I thought it was
350 versus 350.
Wow,
a lot of things in this world would have been nice. Would have been nice to be able to be able to get on the field earlier. Would have been nice if maybe I could have been taller. There's a lot of things in this world that would have been nice. Okay,
and keep in mind, a lot of that stuff was not TCA's fault. That was somebody else, and I won't mention Guardian Center.
Not at all. Nope.
That would be unprofessional.
We're not going to go there anymore. So, I mean, we're looking forward to this event. Get you guys, get your tickets, come out there, shoot people up. It's going to be a good time up there. We'll make it happen. And we'll have a good time and all that. One thing I forgot to ask you, Weber. I guess I should have asked it like offline or whatever. Could I set up my table for a box of Joker's useless gear and some patches?
I don't see why not. We have room.
Yeah,
we have room.
Because it also allows me to stage.
You can set up right next to Greg. He's supposed to at least bring some stuff down. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
He's so up in the air, he may have forgotten that he owns a business.
No, he does not forget about that. He's well aware of that. He just forgets other people exist.
Forget, ignore. They're all strong words. Whatever.
Yeah, Mark. Are you coming in Friday or Saturday morning?
Yeah, I'll be up there Friday night. I'm not camping that's for damn sure. I'll be spending a night at a hotel, but I'll have
actually shoot out there Friday if you get a chance. We're gonna be working out there most of the day. Are you coming Friday night or during the day Friday?
No, I'll probably leave. Knowing me, I'll probably get all packed up because I might actually be going to Pennsylvania right after your event to drop off a whole shit ton of Star Wars toys.
Okay, well, if you can't make it up Friday,
I will be there Friday regardless. I mean, I'm going up. I'm leaving here probably like around 10 o'clock in the morning or something, so I can get up there, get past all the traffic. I'll miss all the rush hours and all that.
We're going to be out there till probably 3, 4, 5 o'clock. If you miss us, then early as you can Saturday morning, try to show up at the gates about 6:45, and then look for the big fat guy with the light blue shirt on. That would be me.
You said I have to be there 6:45?
If you want to if you want to be in Vinner Row and catch everybody as they come in, this is an early event. It starts at 10:30. Yeah. If you want to be on Vinner Row, if not, you can just show up and deal with 170 people in line at 8:30. So
no, I'll be there Friday for sure. I'll get up there. I'll be up there early.
He doesn't wake up till 11 on a normal day, right?
He's not wrong.
No, I'm not.
How
late
do you stay up?
To at least 3 o'clock in the morning.
There you go. That makes sense. I get it.
Sal actually asked us to ask a question if he's got space for him, and I would love to bring him in, if you all would not mind. This is special guest time here. Let's see what he has to say, unless anybody objects.
Who's that?
Sal.
Sal?
Zuniga?
Z Monster.
Nah, no.
I don't listen to you anyway, so. If that's not obvious enough as it is.
Tell him he's got to wait in line as long as we had to wait in line to check. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, he's probably was watching. He's probably like, that son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
He's
waiting to see you next
time.
time.
Defending him. I was
I know
defending him.
I'm talking about me. Well, here he is. Here he is.
Whoa, Five Guys. What does it mean?
And they have burgers now.
What's happening, Sal?
What's going on, guys?
You're an unplanned guest, sir. You're like interfering and hacking in and all this crap.
I'm
You're like my
terribly
youngest
sorry.
brother. He was on. Oh, never mind.
So, there was multiple people. It goes back to like, what was Viking? Are we ever going back to the Guardian Center? Do we want to go back to the Guardian Center? Do players want to go back to the Guardian Center? I think the answer is yes.
I will say that I was lightly picking at you guys about the lines. I wasn't being serious. Please don't take it out on me.
No. So on that subject, right? We value player feedback, right? It's like one of the guys goes, "Well, they say that, but do they really mean it?" And I was like, "Yeah, guys, we're always trying to refine what we do, and player feedback is what's gotten us to where we are." And so, yeah, there'll be a Western table now. There'll be an Eastern table now. There'll be a Tier 1 table. Now we're going to cut. We wanted to get as many people into the Tier 1 as possible. Now it's like, hey, coach is like, screw it. Let's chop it down to 60 people. You either get in on the Tier 1 while you can, or you offer sexual favors to coach to get a ticket.
Coach is a handsome man.
It goes back to
Coach is a very handsome man. I'm just saying.
He is. He's my younger brother, and a complete opposite in every way. He's got hair. I don't. He's lighter color. I'm dark. So,
you could bring him home to mom. I'm just saying.
But a lot of people like Castle's my youngest brother. So if you put me on one end, Castle on the other, and Coach in the middle, we're like a fucked up Mexican Oreo. But it's great. It's great.
I'm out.
That was it. That was the one.
That was it.
One of the best suggestions somebody made was about having a sign for Western and Eastern way back in the line where they don't end up in the wrong line because you have no clue till you get to the table.
So interesting about that, CRISPR, is Crisperson? What the hell? Anyways, so what's interesting about that, right, is one player gets in line and he goes, I'm doing this thing called a Tier 1. I don't know if I'm signed up on green or tan. And I was like, here's your patch, bro. Like, you even read the op order, how can you come to an event and not know what side you bought a ticket for?
Wait, I got to jump in. I had
Mark, you're allowed.
Until the day before, I had 3 platoons plus a headquarters. At formation, 14 guys show up and go, "Yeah, we're part of Fight Company." What? Huh? You're
Wait,
over here, and then all of them are like, "No, you don't need to tell us what to do. It's okay. We're gonna go do our own thing anyway." I'm like, "Great, you are a rogue faction. Off you go."
Off you go.
Yep.
I got
no need.
I got a question I've been meaning to ask you. How much ticket turnover was there for this event?
Oh my God! So, so mass kudos to Team Check-In, to Squatch, Gabe, Dallas, Godfather, everybody that Chavi, everybody that worked the check-in table, because they managed to make order out of chaos. Just because the number of people that were, hey, I'm selling my ticket, hey, I can't come, hey, I sold it to this guy who sold it to this guy who sold it to this guy, So, to get 757 people through, because we had 7 people show up and go, oh, I transferred my ticket. I'm like, to which event? Oh, to this one. Well, you should have let us know, like, months ago, guy. You don't just show up and go, I have a Stonebreaker ticket that I decided to roll over to this one. And I'm like, this event
doesn't work that way anyway.
It doesn't work that way, guy. But I'm glad you think it does. I'm not going to turn you away because it would be you're here now, and you read the op order, so slow clap. So vehicles, we talked about doing a vehicle brief, and in the end, it was great. It was awesome, but at the same time, I want to say it was almost too much. In terms of people transferring tickets, and we're trying to make order out of chaos. And then the number of people, and I think I told CRISPR, and I think I told you, Joker, before, and even Papa, the concern was a lot of non-TCA players coming just because it was Guardian Center.
Yeah.
And I'm all for first-time TCA guys, but these guys will never go to any other TCA event. They only came because it was Guardian Center. And special shout out to the Counter-Strike dudes. I'm calling them Counter-Strike guys, but they were some of the best Milsim West players that I've ever had come to a freaking TCA game. They showed up, a bunch of Air Force dudes, plugged themselves into Western and just had a freaking blast. They were playing bingo. They were picking a girl's name, fighting, taking it, going to the next one. Like, we haven't gone to Susan yet, and they took off, They were playing some kind of weird college sorority tag game, and I was like, you guys just keep doing what you're doing.
I am so sorry that I was not able to go. In fact, I tested negative on Friday and contemplating driving up. Well, it's one of those things, man. I canceled everything when it came to the event. So I had no hotel, no nothing. I was so upset that I got it. I was sick. My wife was super pissed off because she was sick. And I said, look, woman, we both are sick. I think we got it at the movie theater. She's like, no, you brought it home. And I was like, oh, whatever. What the hell ever. But then I did test negative on Friday. And I was like, and that was at like 5 o'clock Friday. I was like, man, I could be up there. I'll stay home. And then I heard all the stuff that came out of it. And I was like, man, it really pisses me off I wasn't there. Because if I would have had my truck up there.
Oh, my God. So that was the one thing. Mass kudos to Eastern because they played a hell of a game without vehicles, really. Sometimes the shiny thing is too much of a distraction. And they proved that they could take the lead without vehicles, just as much as Western proved that they could win without using artillery and air support in an abundance. So both sides, I think, learned something. The AO, I think the staff, we realized the AO is nice. It's urban, but it's not any bigger than Shelby, not any bigger than Hood. I don't know what the allure is with the tunnels.
Because you were not inside of the subway tunnel. That's what it's.
So I think when I was catching Papa up earlier, when I was sitting out at the dinner table with the wife, there were some things that were in CRISPR. I think me and CRISPR talked vaguely on Friday. It was a blur, dude. Friday's such a blur. And
the weekend's a blur.
Right?
Somewhere between the hot and the rain, I don't know. Because they hadn't had Airsoft there in so long, they didn't know how to treat us. And so the CEO was out there, the range ops guy was out there, their contracting guy was out there, their operations or venue support guy was out there, and they were learning or relearning as we went. And so it was kind of like, hey, it's great you're here. Thanks for being here. Okay, let me explain to you what we're doing. Here are the controls we have in place. And they're like, oh, by the way, roofs are off limits. Oh, okay. You could have told me that, I love
19 briefs. June during the walkthrough?
Yeah, really. In June? Thank you. By the way, we don't like the LZ you're using. Too late. The pilot's here. Hey, you're going to do a safety check ride, right? as Paul and Jesse are like, yeah, we've got enough fuel. So yeah,
real quick. This one is there's a question for Weber for his event for the camping ticket. They can't find it on the page for your event.
That's because you contact us. You DM us through the event page, or you just send us an email at ragecustomairsoft@gmail.com and tell us the names of the people that you want on the reservation and a good email address. Of course, if you send us an email, we'll have it. And how many cars you're bringing, because there's a limitation on cars. And I will contact you personally right away after you send that to us. That's the best way to do it.
All right, I'll throw a link up here in a second. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to interrupt her there.
No. Hey, Weber, when's your event, dude?
In 3
Saturday.
days.
Wow. Shit. Okay.
170 player, 3 factions.
Massive success, dude. Nothing but success for you, bro.
Appreciate it.
I think it's awesome when you see people moving out. And like I was, talking to Josh Warren, because we were sharing, information because they're coming to the Guardian Center in December. So we were sharing a little bit of, hey, here's some friction. Here's how we worked through it. Here's what we did. Here's, and it was awesome because it's the first time we've actually reopened a line of communication between us. And I think it's great when hosts talk to each other, because there's not too much competition among hosts. There's too few players. Mm-hmm. So the more people host, the more players get interested, and the more they come out. If players would understand that not to damage the sport, we'd probably have even more players come in. So like CRISPR, I mean, we talked about Carlisle, going up there in October, getting a chance to run with the guys. If my time was on my own, I'd try to get to everybody's events because, why not?
Yeah, and I wish that it was on that the November the PA prison game was on a different weekend. That was already set up. They already had announced it, and I didn't even realize the same weekend as Iron Dagger. I would have said, do we sell any tickets? No, let's change the date. But it was too late. By the time it was there, we already had like 50 people already bought tickets. So I was like, well, shit.
I mean, but Philadelphia for us, I mean, we kind of see our region kind of capping out in Virginia, right? When we talk about markets.
Southeast, definitely.
Yeah. Midwest and Southeast.
I will give ourselves a little bit of props. We do have a good contingent of people from Florida going up there, mostly because that's where I'm based out of. So it's like I could talk to a lot of people about it, and they go, well, how are we going to go up? Well, now, my Lucille is being renamed a pack mule because I'm going to be hauling a trailer full of a bunch of people's gear so they can fly. So it's all a matter of logistics and all that. But, I mean, I told that the prison people in the future that, hey, next time we do it was like we got to look at to see what other major Milsim events are going on at the same time so we don't have conflict. Because I would love to have, I'd love to have you out there, Z, because this AO is, woo.
So on the subject of prisons, we are, and again, I love dropping first ones on you.
Yes. Exclusive. I need to get a soundbite that says exclusive.
We're working on an AO in Georgia to replace Bone Strike because the hospital in Vicksburg is pretty beat up. It's falling apart, and it's just not safe anymore. And we're working with a tactical training company that has a very awesome, double the size of Vicksburg location. So we don't know whether we're going to call it Bone Strike or call it something else, turnkey or something. But we've got guys that are excited for it, and it'll probably be in February. Kind of sucks because it probably will fall on the same weekend as a World War II game that happens in North Texas. But I mean, if we lock it in and everything's great, then the guys coming up from Florida, this will probably be one of those that will be rifleman and submachine gun class only.
Really?
Just because you're not going to get the long shots and not probably getting in a position where you can use a light machine gun.
Hey, Dougie, do you mean nerds?
I know. Autocorrect. Fail.
So I mean that's awesome. I mean, obviously, I love those real worlds. I love that stuff. And I have plenty of submachine guns, obviously, that I could bring out there. Although I don't know. Did you see that picture of the one dude that like I think Kevin shared it. The one guy that has the M249 that was sawed off.
Chopped. We call it a crowd pleaser. I mean,
Weber's just like, no, that's not.
That's the new SLMG class.
Yes. And then he's going to HPA it so he can really get a high rate of fire.
I'm all about this Georgia game because that saves me 2 states to not have to drive through Alabama and all the way through Mississippi to hit Vicksburg.
Yeah, so it's a Virgin AO, which we're all excited for. So we're going to hopefully have something to announce in the next week or so, working the finals on the contracting piece. And then we've got another one thanks to SNCC. We managed to, and I don't know, man. The customer base is kind of interesting. If we get this other AO that's 2 campgrounds connected, I got it. No buildings. I'll have to put porta potties out there so people can stack and clear them. Hey, Slater, welcome to the world of hosting. They want buildings. You have to shit buildings. Papa knows what I'm talking about.
Papa uses that cover.
Yeah.
He saw the battle bug coming. He goes, nope.
Listen here. I had to pee.
That porta potty's a 2-story building for Papa.
Hey, what do you know? Come on. That's not nice.
That was awesome.
That's not nice.
Hey, no, seriously though. While we're talking about porta potties, I have so many. I already talked to Z Monster about this, but I have so many amazing memories from Serious Viking 3. But
whoa! What kind of stream is this?
But the best, it was 5:03 p.m. Saturday afternoon, where the helo landed on one of the walls. There was like 5 or 6 porta potties, and I'm in there peeing, and all of a sudden that Huey comes in to land, and the whole porta potty just starts shaking. And I was like, "This is awesome!" Now, if I've been taking it,
I'm peeing all over the place, but this is great. So now, hey, Z, remember how you told me somebody pissed all over the porta potty?
No,
you know who it was.
It was not me.
So we found the Phantom Pisser, the guy who peed in the building on Friday Night's Tier 1. Young man came forward, confessed to it, said, hey, I'm sorry. And I was like, hey, dude, look, I really appreciate your honesty. We got it cleaned up. It's already been handled. Hey, dude, don't worry about it. I really appreciate your integrity. So on that subject, Guardian Center was very pleased on how we cleaned up after ourselves. We were very pleased on how players kept things straight. Before we left, they were already talking about, we want you guys back. And our response was, sure, in November next year. Because, September was a little too toasty.
Well, the funny thing, now, 1 weekend later, the temperature's 20 degrees cooler.
Yeah. I think it's because Sam goes to the lake, and it's like, no water for you. So we've talked about it. We're working with their schedule guys, trying to get it on the schedule for November next year.
I mean, I look forward to going back there. I look forward to going there as a TCA event. I mean, I'm really, really, really disappointed I did not get a chance to go. I'm also disappointed I didn't get to use all the money I spent.
Yeah.
And I was like, at least the 2 guys that went up that were part of my thing, they enjoyed the hell out of it. They loved it. There was nothing but praise coming out of it. I think some of the AARs, like Papa said, were a little bit nitpicky.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's some good feedback to go through. Like the line thing, your TCA is known for that. Even at Stonebreaker. Like we went to Stonebreaker and went to Iron Fury. I love the fact that I was a vendor, so I could get in early because I look up and just saw that line.
There.
But
I think.
Well, I mean, what are you supposed to do when you have a 500 player plus event and 380 people show up at noon as soon as the gate opens. What's TCA supposed to do?
I do have a solution. What you can do in the future, Z, is when it comes down to tickets, say we're only servicing tickets from this block at this time. So assign numbers to the tickets, and in that way, I know you say but
I track what you're saying, but we're talking about airsofters.
Yeah,
it's not going to work.
You can't even get an adult at the airport to stay in their own zone, dude. Okay, it's not going to happen. All right. I will say this: you need to actually add some security for Manny when he's walking through, telling people, by the way, you guys got to wait because we got to bring tier 1 up, because I thought he was going to get shanked. They were going to put his body under a truck somewhere, and you were never going to see him again. It was that.
So the other half of that, Papa, is people integrity being everything. There were 90 tier 1 tickets sold. Mm-hmm. How do 90 Muldoons slow the whole process down? I don't know. 90 became 500. So we're gonna have a separate tier 1 line, because like Iron Dagger there's gonna be 60 of them. So hey, if you're doing tier 1, regardless of the side, go to the tier 1 check-in. The other half was, Guardian Center, you had to sign their waiver. So we almost went paperless on this, with the exception of the Guardian Center waiver. You could do the TCA thing online. You could have your QR code ready to get read, and then all of a sudden, nope, they gotta have a wet signature on the Guardian Center waiver.
That was kind of weird. I heard a lot of people grumbling and like, grumble all you want. Here's your pay. Yeah. Like, what are you gonna do?
You know what though? It's like, guys, how many TCA events have you been to? How many events, period, have you been to? I mean, there's only been one event I ever went to that was 100% paperless, and that's because they also own the facility, which was the prison game. It's like, one shot, done. There was no need for it whatsoever. So it's like, I get like.
Well, the other half was, we sent out the op order, we sent out the approach to the camping area / check-in, and yet we still had idiots. I'm going to call them that because they didn't read the op order, they didn't look at the check-in map, and then they had the gall to drive up to the offices of the Guardian Center and go, "Hi, I'm here for the Airsoft game," and they're like, "Retard, go away." And so it was like I had to go put signs up because Guardian Center was getting pretty pissed. And it was like, guys, come on, man, follow directions. Wait a minute, I didn't brief you specifically, so the rules don't apply. I briefed everybody else, but I didn't mention your name up front to say that these rules belong to you. And that we ran into that quite a bit. And again, Slater, welcome to the world of hosting airsoft games. You're gonna have to tell people that rape's illegal, that drinking alcohol is illegal on the field, smoking pot on the field is illegal. Well, you didn't tell me personally I couldn't do it.
Hey, there is something that is missing from the rule set that is known if you've been to a bunch of TCA events, but it is missing from the rule set, is the strap. It's actually not.
Okay, can I address that, Z?
Sure.
Okay, so Greg, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's just the in your pocket quick set of notes. It just says iPro. If you read the whole Warlord, it specifically says retention strap and full seal. I did mention to Z Monster, hey, let's add that in parentheses on the quick general rules so there's no confusion.
Yeah, so, I had a couple of that.
Yeah, and Papa, you're spot on, man. It's a evolution. So the feedback is there. Guys got salty. It was hot. I got to step off the field, get straight. I know you were salty. I was like, all right, take care of that chafing problem too. It's pretty bad when our female staff member says, I'm chafing, and I went, I don't want to know, but we'll get you squared away. Temperature has a lot to do with how the gameplay runs. The higher the temperature, the saltier the people, and I get it. But in every feedback, in every piece of feedback we get, there's something there. There's something of value. Hey, we need to get the rules tightened up. We need to go back and do vehicle briefs. Yeah, Guardian Center was absolutely right when they said we want to see copies of insurance. The first guy that told us was like, we need to see, everybody needs to have $1 million insurance policy. Wait, whoa, and we go back and talk to Guardian. They're like, no, just make sure they're insured. I was like, okay, two hands not talking to each other, or the fingers not talking to each other. But they came back later and said, we're sorry we stressed you out on that. I was like, you're stressing the customer, bro. Hold
on. I want to dive into that for just 1 second, because this also affects, like, hey, I got actually everybody here is running an event within the next pretty much month and a half. So I'm running events. CRISPR is going to be running the Firestorm 2. We have RC Airsoft with Dragon Siege. Papa's going to be at an event, and he runs his own field. When the thing came out, hey, we have to provide our insurances. So many people like contacted me saying this is effed up and all this other stuff. Like, no, it's not. I was like, it's insurance.
It's insurance.
They go. I said, as long as you have standard coverage of insurance, we should be okay, because we're covered under the event, because we're going up there in the event. This is just another level of protection for you to ensure that you can't get sued. In regards to it, I mean, still, if you hit somebody with your vehicle, they just can't, unless it's outside in the parking lot and you're not in your, then that's a different story. But if you're on the field and somebody gets injured, it goes to the event host first, then the facility, then maybe you if you don't get enough coverage. But as long as you're negligent, and let's be honest, I'm not even going to go down that line, because as a driver. And as Sarah, as my other driver, we're extremely careful when we're driving the vehicle. So much so that I'll get out of a bus and start yelling at some asshole CEO that gets up and walks in front of my 16,000-pound vehicle.
Yeah. So,
hey, real quick, Mark, put Doug's comment for everyone to see.
It might get cut off. Oh, yeah, it's the entire thing. Got it.
Doug, home run.
How many times have you had a player ask about the schedule at a TCA event while they're holding a TCA map? Then you answer by turning the map over.
I'm trying to remember. I think it was Kraut or when we first started doing that. I want to say it was either Kraut or I want to say it was him. Hey, put the timeline on the back of the schedule, and Sam. So Sam was like, yeah. Hey, Sam's right. It's a private Vic, so it's not covered with TCA insurance. We found that out. But interesting enough, Mark, the number of people that said, well, I don't have insurance for this vehicle. Then why do you bring it to events? Not just mine, but why do you bring them to any Airsoft event if you don't have insurance? Like, bro, you're leaving yourself wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing, too, because most of those vehicles have a plate on them. In most states, if you have a vehicle that does not have a plate on it, they can confiscate the vehicle, even if it's parked in your driveway, especially in the state of Florida, state of Georgia. That's why when people are bitching, complaining about not having insurance, and they're from Florida and Georgia, is like, how is the vehicle registered?
Yeah, or it's not.
What do you mean? I was like, your vehicle's not going to be registered for long. What are you talking about? I was like, because you don't have insurance.
Yeah,
you can't have a registered vehicle.
So I mean, most of the old hands, Iron Legion, they were able to turn it pretty quick. So it was like, hey, just make sure you're covered. Again, Guardian Center staff was assuming one thing, and then somebody else in their staff said another. So it was like, all right, finally we went with the venue ops guys, and they said, hey, make sure they have insurance. Okay, got it.
Yeah, me personally, I was going to send it over, but then I was feeling like garbage, got tested, came up positive, and said, well, I ain't going.
Hey, so Dale, right before Prairie Fire, he had the whole rig. He was ready to run Viet Cong. He tested positive and then tested again negative, and he was just like, missed Prairie Fire. So it happens.
I also didn't want to be that guy that even if I was tested negative, bring that virus and have somebody else catch it, because I have not heard from Steve Tom yet in the last few days.
Yeah, I shot him a message, haven't got anything back, so I'm worried, man.
He was back in the hospital on oxygen a few days ago. So I've been reaching out to him every once in a while just to try to get an update. Say, hey man, how you doing?
Yeah, I've lost a couple of airsofters. One of the old OG TCA guys, E2 Edward Avilar. we thought he was doing great, and the next thing you know, his son's posting and he died. So I'm really worried because I've lost 5 friends to this thing. And, I'm like, hey, look, you don't want to get the vaccine, get a pneumonia shot because that's what's putting you down. But no, hey, Sam's, absolutely right. All venue owners have a requirement for insurance for vehicles.
Yeah.
So it's nothing new. It was just what we were hearing from Guardian Center was it had to be an X $1 million policy. And it was just like, ultimately the venue ops guy was like, Sal, they just got to have coverage. So,
I mean,
yeah.
I was going to go to that. I was going to go to a Comic-Con with the battle bus, and they're like, "You need $1 million in policy." And I said, "Why?" I was like, and they go, "Because you're bringing a vehicle inside of it." I was like, "I'm not driving the vehicle through a convention. It is parking, and it's part of setup. It is a gigantic thing." I was like, "It has insurance," and then ultimately, because they wanted me to have $1 million policy, I was like, "No, we're not doing this because the policy they wanted me to have was actually going to cost me like $8,000 a year additional to what I already have." And I was like, what the hell? I don't need this. It's not what. Yeah.
So yeah, that's so again, leading up to the event, I was telling CRISPR that we were really in reaction mode in the last 3 weeks. Sam got more bald. I just gave up growing hair completely. Because he would call me and go, change 11, change 12, change 13, change 15. We go back to the regular timeline. And I went, what's the regular timeline? I can't remember. And so a lot of it was they were not, one hand wasn't talking to the other over at the scheduling, range operations. And so they were very accommodating to us towards the end. And they want us to come back. We want to go back. We just want to come back when it's a little cooler, either October, November, and they're right. We are not their prime vendor. We're not their prime customer. That's a scary thing. We've been bumped off that AO once before. We don't want to have that happen again.
Yeah, I just hope that other event hosts don't screw it up now that they're opening it back up.
Yeah, I don't think it's event hosts. I think it's players. Talking to Josh and laying it all out there. Everybody's got to tighten up the shot group when it comes to, a customer. Hey, customers, don't do this. Getting back to blanding, the first guys who land Camp Blanding there in Florida, they have a huge cleanup ahead of them because there's an exacting standard that range control there is going to want out of airsoft because they're so sour from paintball. But I think whoever cracks that Florida Gibraltar will be massively successuent.
The thing is, and Sal, I think you did a great job, honestly, at Serious Viking. I went to Starburst twice. I think I went to one other TCA and then this one, and the safety brief was more intimate, which I think worked better. I saw players play a little bit better. Regardless, I mean, for the sheer size of it and the fact that you didn't have as many, we saw some stuff. We saw people, moving with Humvees, like up against them. We saw, you saw some of that, and you can't control everything. I have to do it on a biweekly basis. And I get to adjust it much quicker than you do you have to go to an event, 700 people, and then 3 months later, you get to do it again. I get to adapt on the fly. And I will tell you what I have found and what I saw at Serious Viking is that when you set that tone, I've said it before, you set that tone, you set that standard before the day begins, you put them all in their place, you get everybody where they need to be. They don't even think about not doing this or not doing that. They keep the rule set in their head at all times, first and foremost. And I think Serious Viking did a great job above and beyond any of the other TCA events I've been to.
TCA always does that. So that's like one of the things that we praise about so much so that you're setting a standard for other event hosts to follow. Going into that, we weren't planning on Sal being on. Whenever he does, it turns we have usually a pretty good deviation. But now we're going to jump into like they call it dollar theater, and that's where like we go out.
Do we want to allow anyone to tap out before we begin? By the way,
This one's actually one for the if the event hosts all want to check it out. This is something that when you said setting the tone, right? I'm going to show a couple of quick clips. I have them all down to like less than a minute for each one. It's from 2 different days. So it was from Friday and from Monday. And one of the key things that I did on Friday was I got into it with like one group that was just cheating, and I'll show some examples. And then the guy's like, I hit you, I shot you. I was like, no, you didn't. Bet you $1. And he didn't take me up on the bet, and he walked away. Well, yesterday he showed up, and we had an issue with another cheater. And then these guys were all okay. And then like it was kind of interesting the dynamics that happened. So today's Dollar Theater is actually going to be like a quadruple feature, showing up for a bunch of stuff. So it's really cool inside this sport that you can go from somebody like, yay, screw you, man, you're an ass, to, hey, man, do you see what that guy did? So it's like,
can I take 30 seconds before you show it?
Yes, sir.
I wanted to thank, Sal said something about doing things when it's a little bit cooler. I wanted to thank all the players that came out this past weekend. The new field, obviously, Joker, I think you know, there's almost no cover. Almost no coverage, no trees at all. So it is straight Florida sun on you all day. And we had 68 players play from 8 in the morning till 5 in the evening. We had some people tap out and all that, but these guys, they were troopers. They loved it. Christian did a great job. Toucan did a great job running the games. Just the whole team. That kind of support. These guys wanted to get out there and play. I would put Florida Airsofters against anyone else in the country any day. These guys tough it out no matter what. And I want to thank my player base for that. I just wanted to say that. I want to throw that out there.
Piggybacking off that, South Florida players are forced to be reckoned with whatever AO they go to. Of course, they also have to be followed around like with a magnifying glass.
Well,
sometimes.
that's true, yeah.
So this is one of our first instances of Dollar Theater. Let's see here, share screen. All right. Obviously, it's at Miami Airsoft. The first portion of the clip is actually just funny. I always try to put these on there before I put like any sort of cheating video or anything else up. So here we go.
Where they at?
They're all like up the building.
You're dead.
Huh? Oh shit! Here.
All right. That entire group I just annihilated. For those of you who don't know the layout of Miami Airsoft, they have to walk like 60 feet and over to this side of the field over here. So my big problem was that they did not go back to
how many times I gotta
respawn.
shoot them?
So they just walked through these things. They could have cut left, but right there, you can see the only other pathway right behind what we call the hut there. I'm watching to see when they come back so I can light them up. Nothing happened. No bodies, no people. So that was the same group. Instead of going back to respawn, they came over here and they hid in this corner. And they asked me a question yesterday, what does it matter? And we get this quite a bit with players and all that. What does this matter? It matters because my gameplay would be to go up to this car right here and protect that line so if people come running up from spawn, I could take them out. It affects my gameplay and my aspect of fun, and I got shot by somebody that wasn't supposed to be there. I knew this dude with the hat was there. That's who I was going after before going for my sweep. So it was kind of interesting because this started their antagonistic attitude that they had throughout the day. So what are some of your guys' thoughts on people not going all the way back to respawn?
Well, let's make mention of Sirius Viking, 150 acres or whatever it is, that ridiculous from the woods all the way back to the alfalfa. Yeah, I mean, look, if you do, that's what you should do. And it does, Joker, you're right, it does take away from gameplay. But regardless, rules are rules. Follow the rules. They're there for a reason.
So I'll say this at the risk of annoying somebody. dude, you're playing an indoor field. It's not a 158-acre walk back. Walk your silly ass back to the respawn, follow the damn rules, and come back in. Don't want to get shot? Either don't play indoor field or play more tactically instead of a speed softer. You know, it looks like a real gun, kind of loads like a real gun. I would move and shoot like it's a real gun because that's what it's for. I mean, that's the whole purpose behind playing Airsoft. If you're not going to follow the rules, I don't know, go play in the freeway. I don't know.
The funny thing was, I even like look back and I go, why'd you not go back to respawn? No, we went back to respawn. You clearly didn't. I was watching the corner. I was, you know, this configuration of the fences, which they change about every month, is actually really good to watch and see where people are going through. But it started before. I'll look for the other video now. It started a level of contention that really started pissing them off to where they're getting angry and everything else.
I got to tap out,
getting
guys.
angry for cheating.
Time for me to go.
All right, Ron.
Sorry, guys.
Later, Ron.
I'll see you Friday night.
See you Friday.
Friday night, yes, sir. Everybody have a good rest of your evening.
You
Be
too,
safe.
sir.
You too, buddy. Take it easy.
All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to pull up the next one to go through.
So you're saying they're getting upset for them not going back to respawn?
Yeah. So they didn't get mad at me. The problem is that it always comes down to when you run into a player that is a better player than you are. I get this a lot, and I don't mean to sound arrogant. I'm not trying to sound arrogant. I get this a lot when I go to other fields that have established player bases, that they're the big fish in the little pond. Then I show up and I'm a bigger fish, and I just walk all over them. And this is what sort of happens on the days that I go out there. It's not that I'm an awesome player. It's just my aggressive play style leads me to sometimes take out a lot of people. And if I know a certain group's going a certain direction that I know that I could take out easily, I'm going to keep going after that group, only because I want to push through and get around. So this was pretty much the very next engagement. And you can sort of see I named it Salty One. So right now they're making assumptions because they're pointing a gun at me and shooting that they're hitting me, and that's not just what happens in Airsoft.
No, it does if you got a D-hop barrel.
He's over here.
Is that your little shadow behind you?
No, that wasn't my shadow. My shadow is literally 12 years old. He's small. I have him in another video somewhere.
Woo! Come on, bro.
I thought
This reminds me of those video games where you got to shoot the thing like 30 times before it dies.
Now, I like how that guy yells hit. You can always tell whenever he's hit because he yells it out.
No, I swear I would have called it, man.
See, that's where it starts, right? That was like the very next engagement. I swear I didn't hit you one time. So yeah, in their minds, I'm already starting to cheat. You know, they think that because, you know, they're pointing a gun and pulling a trigger that they're pointing a gun at me pulling the trigger, that I'm obviously cheating because I'm not taking my hits. But when you see their style of aim and all that they have,
You mean lack of
You
aim?
didn't get me, man.
yeah,
No, you didn't. You want to bet $1?
that's my favorite thing to do.
Sure.
So, you know, again, going back to, you know, that one guy, and he shall remain nameless because I told him I'd never out him by name, at Stonebreaker, talking about how oh, these guys were all cheating. This is the worst game I've ever been to. And I'm like, okay, dude. And he goes, look, I'll show you. And he starts pointing his weapon at a guy, starts firing. And I'm like, dude, something's wrong with your gun. And it turns out that he never put his inner barrel back in. I think Sam he went and complained to Sam at one point. He complained to every admin that was on the field. And I said, fine, dude. Hey, I'm the chief of staff. I will follow you all over the field to make sure that everybody you're aiming at, you're saying is not calling their hits. He was running I can't remember if he was running the Polar Star engine, but yes, BBs were rolling out of this barrel. And I said, bro, something's wrong with your gun. What? No, there's nothing wrong with my gun. I said, dude, something wrong with it. And I said, do you not have an inner barrel? And he just kind of hangs his head down. And
oh my God!
After starting so much drama all over the field, I mean, yelling at people, swearing up and down that he was hitting people, and this is like the worst event ever. Turns out he never put his inner barrel in.
And see, that's what I have a problem with, because you know what? I could tell if I hit somebody or not because I watch where my effing BBs go. If I don't see my BB leave the barrel, I don't call anybody's hit. Just because I'm pointing my gun at somebody and shooting, I got to see my BB hit somebody. It's maybe just the way my brain works because of my ADHD, but I could picture when a hit happens, so I don't have to, so I could turn away.
So I'm at a Real Steel event this past weekend, and I want to visually see the hit on the steel plate. So it's the same thing, Mark. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You pull the trigger and you're waiting for that reaction.
So it's what, so the thing is, it's like when people are sitting there doing, this is a perfect example of it. So this is the last one of these guys that were from Friday, right? I do my sweep. That's their respawn right there. I'm about to be chased down. That guy's like, oh, fuck that. That guy is, if you didn't catch it, not only does he not have his gun, he's not looking down the sights of his gun, he has his gun pointed sideways as he's shooting at me. On the stream, you have to, it's really hard to see the BB, but my first two shots were offline. I knew they were, but if you notice, he's shooting at this pole right here. He's not even shooting at me, and he's dead insistent that he shot me.
What I want to know is, how did that guy not light you up?
You didn't shoot me.
I already shot him.
You didn't. Yo, I'm standing right here. You were standing right there. Not a single thing hit me.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you know what you're doing? You're shooting right here sideways. Look, I got this on the camera. Hold on. No, come here, man. Fine.
That kid was like,
you saw that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you hit him.
So that was like the culmination of Friday, So when I ended the day, it's like, my response to them was, F those guys, right? You're cheating. You're just not doing it. You think you're shooting everybody. You're yelling and screaming and everything else. Well, fast forward to yesterday, we had separate incidents go on, and sometimes you can. That's why I try to tell people that, look, if you don't like somebody, find a common ground to where you can get on the same page, so we can actually, have the thing that goes on. And what had happened was, we had another guy show up that was bald faced, just bad. And this is why we have Dollar Theater, because we want to prove stuff to people that if you see somebody with a camera on, even if that camera's not running, if you think remotely that you got hit, it's probably within your best interest to simply put your hand up and say hit. Why? Because of stuff like this. So I got him once there. I shot him 3 times there.
Twice. First one didn't hit. First one didn't hit. No. first one we passed.
Are you talking about inside the window? I'm talking about right there.
Oh,
this
inside the last shot. I'm just keeping you honest.
What? That first one of that one hit.
That doesn't. That does.
Three.
That
That's
does.
3.
Oh, okay. 3 and 4. Sorry. I can't count. I went to public school.
So let me ask this. This is like unlimited respawns, right?
Yes.
Then what I mean, oh my gosh.
It's Christopher, it's ego. It's all ego.
Well, this one.
Yeah.
How many times you not gonna? Hey.
So I went up and said, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be a nice guy. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. He probably didn't feel he got hit. He's wearing Jesus Christ, Greg. He's wearing a denim jean jacket as armor. Okay. That you're not feeling much. Maybe he's not feeling much through that. So I went up to him and said, hey, I got the camera on. We're recording. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. I kid you not. The very next game, this kid was up and this is when those 3 guys. Then for the second game, those 3 guys from Friday joined and were put on my team on the side that we were on. So we were trying to attack the tower. And this is sort of the stuff that we were dealing with, right?
Can we not overlook the fact that he's wearing a denim jean jacket? It's the year 2021, and he's in Miami in summer. I just can't leave that alone. The denim jacket. Nobody should be wearing a denim jacket.
So he's got his backpack on, and backpack hits count because it's part of what you're wearing. So you got nipped in the backpack there, and then. Here's me being a nice guy. You can't see much in that video because obviously the distance, I didn't have a zoom cam on.
Okay. Dude, I just shot you twice. 3 times. Yeah.
So I slipped that last one in and got him on the side, and then he comes back out. Watch his reaction. He gets hit, he puts that elbow down, tucks back. He's still behind the tower shooting people. So people got pissed off, and I just decided to say, hey, I'm going to go up to the ref. I went up to the ref. I told him, I was like, hey, man, first game I gave you a pass. Second game I'm coming to your face and telling you like a man, call your hits. And he goes, I was at I work for a paintball field. What's your problem, man? I'm just here to have fun. What's the big deal? Well, the big deal is that when you cheat, first off, it causes everybody else to have a negative experience because what ultimately is happening is, sure, your team might not be negatively impacted directly by you not calling your hits, but the fact that now I'm putting 4, 5, 6 shots into every single person until I see that hand go up means everybody's getting overshot on your side, which means they're getting overshot, which means everybody's now getting angry as the game progresses because everybody's getting shot to shit when you can't react fast enough to put your hand up. So exactly, Dale, call your hits. So thoughts on that aspect of it.
You know mine. I mean, I would have said don't have a conversation with him unless it was off this field and be like, hey, you may not have felt it, or clarify the rules with him, because I know MA doesn't do a really great job at clarifying some of the rules. That's not the first time you've had somebody there get hit in gear and claim, no, I'm safe. But you know my feelings on it. Keep shooting. If you don't call it, get somebody else. If you don't call it, get an admin. I would have left it at that. I wouldn't have engaged him personally, but I mean that's me.
Yeah, Dale's on it. Go ahead.
I'm all about TCAs. Don't yell at somebody. Call your hip, bro, because it just instigates everything. I'm not trying to call you out, Mark, but it's just like all you're doing is throwing fuel on the fire.
Well, so the funny thing is like at MA, it's a different experience than a lot of other fields because there is no admin actually on the field for 99% of gameplay. They sit outside, and the only thing that they're concerned about is when people come on and off the field, as long as they have their iPro on, their mag out, and their barrel sock on. So MA sort of does rely on players to police themselves and police other players. That's why at MA there's a whole lot of yelling going on.
So well, if it's a Barney 5 citizen's arrest, I mean, I'm sorry, that would be not Barney, but Gomer. But anyway, then that's a different situation.
So I went up and literally tried to have the conversation. So what he did was he went over to his partners, his buddies that were at the end of the table from me, and started complaining to his partners as soon as I walked outside. What's this guy's problem? Why is he taking this so seriously? And it wasn't that I was taking it so seriously. It was the fact that multiple people got shot by this kid when he wasn't calling hits. Like, they went to go assault his position. He refused to go out. He shot him up multiple times. And look, even though he's one of the guys that was shooting heavyweight BBs like me, so close range, shooting at 400, nice 3.2 BBs, that leaves a mark. So what happened then, though, is he went over and complained to his boys, and then this was the next thing that happened in the very next game. Oh, crap, hitting the wrong button here, sorry.
How many times?
Wait, hold on. There we go.
How many times?
So I did get hit twice there at the very end. I acknowledged it. I walked back to respawn. The point was that they were going around telling the other players that I'm going to make him feel it. I'm going to make him call his hits to me. First off, you're shooting .2s, and actually that kid was shooting, I think, .12s, so it was even worse. So now this entire group of people had a problem with me on the field. I'm giving all the negative stuff at the start because this is where the discussion goes into about changing perspective on the field. So the final portion of this was this right here.
That's what I thought.
Oh, wait.
You're not.
All right, let's start.
You're not shooting.
He just said call it a hit, and I said he's not shooting. Sort of like a Sal situation where he's going to test his gun. He's not shooting.
How many times I shot you? How many times I gotta shoot you? I shot you 4 times. Bet you $1.
I said, did you hit me? I did not hit you.
And here's where it degenerates.
Yeah. So right there, if you notice where he said he did that with his hand.
Bet you $1.
I said, did you hit me? I did not hit you.
I don't.
All right. So the reason why I wanted to point that out, I pointed out where my frustration was getting to me. The kid put his hand out to call himself hit. So when we walked off, I said, we're walking out. I was like, that signifies your hit in every single airsoft field on anywhere else out there. So the kid came over and actually apologized for his hand in it. He goes, look, man, I'm sorry, miscommunication. I was like, it's all good, bro. I was like, I know I got you. He goes, that's what I was asking. That's what my hand was out for. I thought you were hit. And then you came over and shot me, and I knew your boys had a bounty on me. He goes, yeah. So then we started talking. And as I'm talking to him, I'm looking at the rest of the boys at the end of the table. And I noticed the lightweight BBs. So I went over and said, hey, I know you guys don't like me right now, but I just want to tell you something. I think part of your problem is you guys are shooting these lightweight, crappy BBs out of your guns, and you'll benefit from a heavier weight BB. So then they started asking me questions about it. And it changed their perspective and their mindset because I took the bigger stance after the kid took the right stance. He apologized for the miscommunication, and then we had a conversation. And then as the conversation went up to, Papa might get like 4 or 5 new customers out of the deal because of, I was going over there about upgrades and everything else that they could do to their guns, what weight BBs and stuff they can do. So they realized that I'm not being A jerk. All right, Z. Thank you very much for coming on, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, you were a surprise special guest. We're going on to the rest of our show, so thanks very much for tuning in.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
I'll see you too, Z.
Hey, you're gonna be there?
Yeah.
Carlisle?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Awesome. Tanner Green.
Green, I get to shoot you.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
No. I'm gonna knife you. Oh, trust me. I now have a hit list. Yay!
You got to get close, baby. You got to get close.
You'll be surprised at how sneaky this big fat bastard is.
All right, guys.
See you in a couple weeks.
See you in a couple weeks. All right. So, Papa and Kevin, this goes into sort of like what Papa was saying before about changing the narrative and changing the discussion, right? So I decided to try to help them out to break through the hostility that was there. In addition to that, the 3 guys from Friday that I had problems with bonded with me over their stuff about the hostility towards that one kid in the denim jacket. We have a hell of a lot more clips of him cheating and all that, but that's going to be saved for uploading to TikTok and all that because that's fun. But at the end of the second game, I walk out of the MA and I go to get a drink. As I'm coming back in, these 3 guys came out from Friday. I said, "Hey, did you see the video I put up about, your side shooting and all that where you didn't get me?" He goes, "No, I didn't." I was like, "Come." I was like, "Here," and I pulled up video. I showed them the video. He goes, "Oh," I was like, "See, what happened was you're pointing your gun sideways at a downward angle with one hand, not even looking down the barrel of the gun. You don't know what you're hitting. Just because you point at somebody does not mean to pull the trigger." And he actually had that realization. I was like, "And by the way, you guys did not go back to respawn." And that's when we had the discussion. So I was able to turn a negative experience on Friday into a positive experience on Monday. And it sort of also changed my perspective a little bit, trying not to hold so many grudges out on the field. Yesterday when I was playing and I had the problem with these kids, 2 games later, I'm on their team. The MA switches players around from time to time to balance out the teams. They put me on their side. There was actually a point where I caught the one guy in the white sweater was like, somebody goes, "Yeah, man, you are kind of overshooting." I was like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Well, you shot me 15 times in the stomach." I was like, "You only got shot 15 times in the stomach because you're still pulling your trigger." He goes, I was like, "I bet you $1." And he goes, "I'm not taking that bet," because he knew what he did. I was like, but the cool factor was that at the end of that night, those guys were asking a whole lot of questions. What recommendation mags? What recommendation guns? What recommending BB weight? What upgrades do you think I should get? And I was able to turn that negative into the positive for that reason. So, thoughts from you gentlemen?
No, I mean, it sounds like you took a bad situation and turned it into a better one in the end.
Yeah, the one dude, though, the denim jacket guy, there was no redemption for him all weekend, all night long.
Well, you can't save everybody.
Yeah, well, the funny thing was, like, when I was put on their team, there was an instance where I team killed him. He didn't know where the shot came from. I know I shot him because the back of that denim jacket actually says Omar on it, and it was the first game I was on their side. I saw it, plucked him right in the back. He didn't call his hit. So, and there was another one that I promised I showed Papa this so he could see the reaction of it, because this one is freaking hilarious. So, sometimes I think why people cheat is because they just get frustrated with getting outplayed. And this was another one that was on that was on yesterday's game. This guy joined in later on, but
Sorry, brother. Yo.
In case you didn't miss that, I got him clean. I got him solid. And then he kept firing.
Yo. Got you in the side. Good shot. Good.
So that's his girlfriend, but he still shot me after I had shot him. Okay, sometimes that happens. All right, benefit of the doubt. Sometimes it happens.
Good shot. Good shot.
I love that guy. Whenever he yells hit, you can tell that he's hit. All right. So as you can see, we had a little bit of issue with people not calling our hits, but it's all right. Eventually they learn. But this one's funny. Here's the worst one, though. Pretty sure it's this one right here. All right, yeah, it is. All right, you saw me just shoot the girlfriend there, right? That's his girlfriend. Watch her leg. Watch what she does to her leg. Ouch, that hurt. I'm going to take another shot.
Come on, bro.
Did you see how much that guy got shot?
Yeah. You know what?
Watch this, watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 8 or 9 from him.
Maybe he thinks this is like an escape game. That you can do that.
He's all dancing and shit like, ow, ow.
Yo. I shot you 4 times in the chest.
He just thinks it's okay.
I told you, I promised you I would show it to you.
You might just think that that's all okay.
CRISPR, what do you think?
Man, that's a completely different world of airsoft than what I'm used to playing.
I mean, I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, literally, he got sprayed up and down, and he's just standing there like, what? I was like, dude, you got freaking lit up.
I love the burst he just sends in your general direction, but like 5 feet from you.
Oh, that's MA has 0 MED.
No, but what I'm talking about, like when he shoots back, he's not even hitting you. He's like 5 feet over to your right. That burst he sent.
Oh yeah, yeah. I you know,
while he's doing the PP dance.
I was like, what the hell are you doing, man? So ladies and gentlemen, that was Dollar Theater. And we showcase people that clearly they're in the wrong. And somebody actually told, like, one of the guys from yesterday that insisted I was cheating is like, look, you don't know how many times I go back. He goes, what are you doing right back here? There's a thing called running. You know, just because I'm fat and old doesn't mean I can't run. I could run really well, and I could get back in a position. I was like, you go, why don't you put up your entire video? I can. It's just going to be boring as shit because I'm walking back and forth all the time. But I can definitely put the interactions where we had up onto a clip so that way you can see that you're actually not shooting somebody. You have to understand your gun, unless it's got like a D-hop, unless you could actually accurately tell where somebody got shot on, that means you have to see the BB fall off. And the denim shirt kid, when he was up in tower, he's like, I'm shooting him from all the way over here. He was shooting at me, that's true. But the problem was is that he was using a stock gun that only had a range of around 200, maybe 225 feet. And it was and it was dropping down in front of us. So like between those two crates, the stuff is falling down while I'm at my spawn. Meanwhile, I could shoot there. So when we're having a conversation with the admin tried to do the right thing. He said, when I went up to him, he goes, how was it? I was like, same kid, having a problem with the same kid. He goes, all right, hang tight right here. I was like, sure thing. So I stood there, and then they let everybody else out, and they stopped him, and we both, the admin wanted to have a discussion between the two of us because he doesn't want problems. And I said, I don't want to have problems. I don't want to have to out you as a cheater. I don't want to have to sit there and keep saying, call your hits. You have all these other people going up. He goes, why are you interfering with my fun, man? I was like, because your fun is playing in a way that interferes with everybody else's fun. He goes, but you're overshooting me because you're not calling your first hit. And in that conversation, he goes, I call all my hits like this spot right here on my arm, which was from the first video that I shot him. He didn't call the hit. And I already told the admin about that. I was like, I shot him right on his wrist. I mean, I'm surprised that he kept playing. So the admin knew right then and there, just from the guy saying, yeah, like when he shot me right here, I was like, I just kept my mouth shut because the admin's like, it was all right. Well, call your hits in the future. If not, you don't want me to doing 0 respawn games and everything else for the rest of the night. He goes, if I catch you not calling your hits, then I'm going to kick you off the field. And the guy goes, why are you here on my day? I don't know who you are. You've never been here before. And the admin had to laugh and say, no, that's Joker. He's been here a lot. You might want to realize, who you're insulting, or saying that, calling a liar or whatever, because this dude does not come up and complain unless there's an actual reason. He usually has video evidence to back his claims up. So, he goes, you better watch out because he's probably going to put you up on blast. And he's like, and the kid's like, man, I'm an admin at a paintball field, yet this same kid walked onto the field without wearing his mask multiple times. And I was like,
that's the guy, right?
Yeah, I say, put your mask on. He goes, what's your problem, dude? I was like, put your mask on. He goes, they're not supposed to shoot before the game. As if on cue, 2 people shot their guns. And I was like, come on, man, put your mask on. He's like, hey, and then the admin's like, put your mask on. And the guy's like, he's like arguing with us. And he goes, if people are not supposed to shoot before the game. I was like, it doesn't matter if they're supposed to or not.
Yeah, it's irrelevant at that point.
And you getting hurt because you're supposed to have a piece of equipment on before you even enter the field is irrelevant. And he goes, well, people shouldn't be shooting. I was like, really? I took my OCOP, put it on semi mode, and I just bumped the side of it and it fired. I was like, that was by accident. He goes, oh, that's because you hit the trigger. I took it, I dropped it like a little distance onto the car and it fired. I was like, accidents happen. Put your damn mask on. Because when he wasn't wearing his mask, 2 other people thought it was okay that were rentals that had their masks up. I was like, pull your mask down. So ultimately, it's like if you run or an admin or a ref or you work for a paintball field, you should know damn well to walk on the field with your mask on. End of story. So who knows? Maybe next time I go, I'll have a redeeming thing with him. I highly doubt it because of his attitude. All right.
Hey, I'm going to go put her to bed. I'll be right back.
Okay, because then I'll start talking about the other one. Then we'll go to Operation Firestorm.
We got 36 minutes.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about Operation Big House, shall we? I know a couple of you guys might be interested to hear on it. Next week's stream will probably be opening up with it just because we want to talk about it a little bit more. All right. Sorry. So Operation Big House, I know quite a few people had questions about it. It's going to be up in the Central Penn Milsim's throwing the game. I'm helping co-host the game. Some of the basic questions that we had that's what we want to answer on the video is camos. All right. If you are on tan, it's any tan-based camo, including multicam. All right. Multicam Tropic is considered green, not tan.
That is correct.
All right. Multicam Black is OP4. Don't use it. For the cartel faction, it is any green camo, or it could be a civilian top with green camo, just no Hawaiian shirts, no red shirts, no black shirts. Black is for OP4. Hawaiian shirts are pretty much reserved for people that, like me, who are an NPC, so that were widely able to be seen and known who we are. So there's interaction on there. There's going to be another full-on civilian faction that are going to be noise maker NPCs. They're not with anybody. They're there to drive, to give flavor to the event. So when in doubt, ask if that's with a photograph. Feel free to send a message to Central Penn Milsim and say, hey, is this camo a proper size, proper for a cartel. There will be no civilian on DEA. I'll say again, no civilian camo on DEA. There's
Joker. What does that mean?
It means that you need to have some sort of tan-based T-shirt would work if you're going to be that ballsy and play in 40-degree weather with a T-shirt. But solid tan, no, unless it's got a camo pattern, no graphics on it. Guys, try not to just bring like a sweatshirt that's tan out onto the field. Really try to get something that matches with your faction and everything else. The helmets. Helmet color matters. Tan camos can wear a tan helmet. Green camos can wear a green helmet or a green cover. So your hats have to match your faction color. Your gear does not, although it's highly advised to do it, because if you don't wear the right color gear, you wear tan gear and you're on cartel, what can happen, Greg?
Listen, if you're not wearing the right stuff, you're going to get killed in the wrong place. That's all. That's the easiest way to put it. Don't make me say it any other way.
You probably get team killed.
Yep. Wear the wrong thing and find out what happens. That's it. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, it's one of those factors of bleep around and find out. You're gonna find that if you decide to do that route, that it's not gonna go. It probably will not go well for you doing it. But the gear itself doesn't matter. Footwear, obviously, footwear also doesn't matter what color it is. We understand that some people only have one pair of boots.
Recommended wearing something that protects your feet. In case you step on something, protects your ankles so you don't roll them. That's the recommendation, guys.
Yeah, wear something that has ankle support. Don't be like that guy, that jerk that drives the battle bus that runs around in sneakers.
Right? Big red sneakers.
Blue. They're blue now, remember?
Oh, whatever.
So that's the first thing. There is camping available. So if you plan on camping, come on down, check it out. There's camping. It's pretty much a first come, first serve scenario. There's also a hotel block set up. So if you go to the event page, you can actually see the hotel block is set. So if you're like us that are going up there, we have quite a good contingent of Floridians going up there. The JTF missions are going to be pretty awesome. And look, CRISPR's back. And his internet must not be doing too good with the video again or whatever he's doing. As soon as it popped up, it looks like he put an egg in his mouth.
This fat guy's eating an apple again.
At least it's something healthy. So we actually have a lot of really good groups going up to this event. If you are already at Lockdown 1 and trying to do Operation Big House, remember October 2nd is when the promo code disappears and you have to pay full price. So we don't want to have people wait until the last second to get their discounts if they went to lockdown. So time's running out for that. Let's see what other questions that are going to go on. Registration and check-in is going to start at vendors will be set up at noon. Registration is going to start at 2:00. Chrono and all that's going to run until we can't read the chronographs anymore to try to get people through. Everybody's going to go in through building 2, go to register, go right out to chrono, get their guns chronoed. So it's always advisable to come there with your guns that you want to get chronoed in hand. It'd also be good to bring a mag with you when you come up there, especially if you have a specialty gun. Like, I don't think we have any MP5 mags. We'll have a couple 9mm mags and an M4 mag or two, but just bring an empty magazine up so we can go ahead and put chrono in there, so we can get it all chronoed for everybody. So, and then after that,
if you have anything other than an M4, don't even say specialty. Anything other than M4, not holding mags for it.
Might as well bring your mags, period, so that makes the things go so much smoother. Empty mag, you walk right up, your mag's empty, and then you get to go. You're good to go. Plop it in, get chronoed, Get your zip tie put on.
Fucking
wow.
shut up.
And then check out some of the vendors there. So we actually are going to have some pretty cool vendors there. We're going to have Papa from Dead End Outfitters. Dead End Outfitters is also going to be doing the airfill station. And you said what? $15 for the weekend?
For the weekend.
For the entire weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys want it to be 20, you tell me.
Look, I think the player's always going to say 10.
I'll let the players choose. Do they want to help support? I'm just kidding. Yeah, $15.
$15 airfill all weekend long. You simply bring it up there. They'll have some way to signify, if you have airfill or not. Inside the building too is where all that's going to be. That's also where the JTF mission brief is going to be. We're also going to have XFOG there. Amped Airsoft's going to be there. As like I said, Dead End Outfitters will be there. 8 Airsoft will be there talking about their event host of promotions that they're going to be doing. I'll be there with Players Wanted, a Battle Bus Adventure, showing off all the cool stuff that we do for everything that's out there. Each side is going to have a vehicle, but the vehicles, you have to get the resources to get the vehicles to move. Like you have to find gas cans and stuff like that. We really are trying to pull some cool stuff up there. Dave White said, Papa, I've not forgotten about my gun. I'll see you soon.
I already sold it, Dave. Don't worry about it.
So we're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff with this event. There's going to be a lot of boom booms going on. We have some cool stuff to show you guys. JTF missions are still on sale. We're going to probably have a dedicated stream just for Operation Big House coming soon, because it's the biggest production that I've been involved into on this sort of level. So we really want to showcase that event. But CRISPR's been here all night, sitting.
Not all night.
Yeah, don't give him too much credit. Geez.
All right, so for most of the night, he's been sitting, listening, sitting on pins and needles, because he wanted to talk about one thing and one thing only. And that is Pew Pew at sea. No, honestly, he wanted to talk about Operation Firestorm too. So I'm looking forward to this event. It's going to be a lot of fun to go there and hang out and do that stuff. So please, by all means, sir.
First of all, if you have not been to Carlisle, South Carolina, to this 1.8 million square foot facility that used to make camouflage material for the government, it is a amazing AO. And there's 2 events that have been held there already, Mayhem Mill 1 and Mayhem Mill 2. Firestorm 2 was supposed to be held in Elkin, but part of that sold. So we're having it here in Carlisle, South Carolina. Definitely recommend, if you're Lion Claws alumni, it's $90. If you're not, it's $130. And this AO is well worth $130. There will be Friday night games all day Saturday and Sunday till noon. I'll be putting out more information about this soon. ATE is donating tons of props for this game, so it is going to be amazing.
Yeah, 8 Airsoft's bringing a whole lot of props for this event. Just to give you guys an idea, because this area is the basement. This area is going to be back in play now, as far as I'm aware. This is some of the cool stuff that you guys get to see. Now, last game it was pitch black, but I want to do this to Sal. Just knife.
You're dead. Don't say anything.
I still love that. Oh, shit. That's the basement. Yeah, there's a lot.
That's a fraction of the basement.
Yeah, this is the upper level. This is like the ground floor level area, and just to give you all like some examples of the cool stuff that's out here when it comes down to like this area, how massive it is. It's rather large. It's 1.8 million square feet. This is the basement again, which I can't wait for something like this to come up again. I swear to God, if we don't get, oh, Papa's not going this time. Damn it! I want to stuff his ass right inside that thing.
Right side, right side.
Just so he could like jump up and be like John Wick. I'm just going over some quick clips of. This gives you like an idea of just how dark this area is. A lot of the area like this is dark. That's my area of death. This is down in the basement as well, over by where our respawn was. Kevin?
Yeah.
Green respawn? Okay. This is second floor, where the
back side of the offices.
Yeah.
Hold on, how do I turn this red thing on?
Sorry, something was just said to me. It's funny. These are all the offices. And this is just one set of offices. There's more than just this.
Oh shit, fuck it.
See, that's getting behind hardcover right there.
That's blue.
Hit.
This is the third floor area that goes around.
Yeah, it's got an amazing overlook of the second floor.
I want to be where the people.
You're dead.
Good job.
This is another section of the first floor. So the first floor actually has, on that first floor, there's a lot of different ways that you can maneuver around out there with a lot of different machinery. And this is like the main floor area. That's where the exits are over there. There's another section that's over on this side that leads up to those. That's another series of offices right through that door.
Yeah, he's dead right in the doorway.
That's the medical facility. Was that Fat Ninja walking by?
Yep, that was Fat Ninja. I killed him so many times, it was great.
Man, they're a great bunch of guys.
This is that third story from a different angle.
Hey, by the way, speaking of great bunch of guys, I know there's some people that have some ups and downs and all that, but when I was at when I went to Mayhem Mill 2, and we had that great interaction with Green Mountain Dew Rangers.
Yeah.
I actually linked up again with them at Series Viking, and I tell you, great group of guys.
Blue suit guy.
They really.
I told you I'd shoot you.
They absolutely. They're there for the fun and for the sport. That's my opinion of them. I just want to say that because I had a great interaction again with them at Series Viking. Just want to throw that one out. I met them at Mayhem Mill.
Yeah, I always have a great time with Ghost and them.
Good hit.
This is another area that also, if you guys are out there, if you get up on this third floor and you go back here, it's pitch black back there, but you also have some nice holes that you can actually have. You have line of sight of everybody inside this open area down here. So this is another murder hole area. Because you have sight on the entire floor. Let's see. This is back by where Tan Spawn was. I found my little murder hole and all that because there's like some offices back here. They're all pitch black. I mean, there is no light on in here at all. So just to give you an idea. Yeah, that was Fat Ninja, by the way, that I shot.
You're dead. Oh. Your dead lights on!
So this is also on the first floor. There's a bunch of different racks and all that stuff. So this AO has a lot of different feels across the board. So if there's like no other AO that I've been to that really equates to it. I mean, about the closest I could think is maybe certain parts of GTI, but it is loaded full of different things that you could be around.
And just to remind everybody, this is a Rifleman semi-auto 155 joule or less with .30 BBs. So no full auto, no fun switches for this.
Yeah, not even SMGs.
And you know what? I'm a huge SMG player, but I'm kind of enjoying this Rifleman only that has been happening at the Carlisle plant.
Yeah, this is where Firestorm will be at. This was where Mayhem Mill 2 was at, and Mayhem Mill 1 was at. So this is that AO. It's so it's Pew, not Pew Pew. No, it's Pew Pew, just not Bert. Because there are a few there. Yeah. Yes, Papa.
Oh no, I was just gonna let Christopher know that now that he's moving into more accuracy, one shot, one kill than by accuracy by volume. There is a product out there that could help him with that.
The D-hop barrel.
What is that called?
The D-hop barrel.
Man, if only I knew where to get one of those.
It's from this place at deadendoutfitters.com.
Oh, I think I have their patch.
What?
It's actually deadendoutfitters.net, guys.
Thank you very much.
It's the best patch barrel out on the market. We've already mentioned it only about a dozen times on the stream tonight so far.
I meant to shoot Wiener's MTW with it at Serious Viking 3, and it didn't happen. So I will be shooting it definitely at Firestorm 2 to decide whether it shoots better than my stock MTW.
Oh, if it doesn't, you need to let me know, because that means Wiener dropped it in the mud and then poured milk inside of it, and then rolled it around in some gravel and finished off with cement.
He said he just got it back cleaned up from you right before Serious Viking.
You have no idea. It was foul. I think I was on the phone with. That's why he's laughing. I think I was on the phone with Joker when I was doing it.
Wait, hold on. This is how he answered the goes. That mother. I was like, what?
Yeah.
He goes, goddamn Wiener. He's like, what the hell did you do to this thing?
When my son was just an infant, he had digestion issues, and he had cleaner diapers than Wiener's gun. Okay, it was. God. I mean, it really was foul. I had to wire brush an airsoft gun. Like, I think he showered with it, and then dried himself off, but not the gun. It was absolutely gross. And speaking of which, I still got to charge him. I keep forgetting.
What was that? The one in the plastic grocery bag?
No, it was in a shop rag.
No, Ducky, that was not that one. He did not get it back in pieces like that. So, Mayhem Mill is going to be. I'm sorry, Firestorm 2 is going to be a pretty fun and badass event. Christopher, I don't know what's up with your video, but it's like your video hasn't moved in like a hot minute.
Maybe that's because I haven't moved.
No, not even your lips aren't moving. So.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
That's fine. Hey, you're talking. It's all good. So the cool thing is you're opening up more areas of this AO, or at least utilizing more areas for this AO for firefights.
Yeah, there were some places in Mayhem Mill 1 that were some really great firefights that didn't quite see the action in Mayhem Mill 2. Also going to move Green Spawn back further and utilize more of the building for some intense firefights.
Nice. And that's going to be awesome when that happens. You know, there's going to be a lot of cool stuff that goes on with that. I think it'll be a lot of fun if we get back into that basement where the firefights were in the basement. As long as some of the basement's lit up again, having low light for that place is a lot better than having pitch dark.
Correct.
Just ask Papa's shins in his knees.
Yeah.
Well, luckily it wasn't my head, but that's never a problem.
So we actually have some control boxes now. That's going to be kind of fun to play with.
Control boxes, possibly. I don't want to talk about too much stuff until it's actually there. But yeah, multiple control boxes. Looks like possibly 3 time bombs.
You keep talking about the stuff that you're going to do.
depending on room that 8 is going to have, it might be bringing some propane cannons. So it's going to be really cool.
Inside?
No, they're going to be set like right outside in different areas just for some ambiance booms.
Now, you're actually in charge of designing this one this time, right?
Correct.
What do you need from the player side to help you make this go better? And I don't want to say better than previous, just to make it as good as it can be.
Just any input that if they've been to this AO before, the things that they liked or disliked, and we'll try to get that fixed up for the next game.
All right, guys. So those of you that are paying attention, those of you who are watching, and they're about to hit that report button, this is a prep. If I can get it open.
And while you're doing that, one of the other things, please say it again, say it over and over again.
This is a prop.
Reminding people what classification of guns is there, because that's not an appropriate gun for the event.
Well, as long as it shoots semi and under 1.55 joules with 3 O's, you're fine with it. But it's got to be semi only.
Somebody to say, what if somebody says, well, it's my sidearm. I've got a Glock 18C.
Well, you can use it in semi only.
Got it. I know that.
Oh yeah, I understand.
I'm speaking like the dumbest guy in the room.
That's
what are you holding up
beautiful,
there,
Joker.
before you have a heart attack?
What? You shut the hell up, man.
I can hear you struggling all the way over here. I'm just saying, what are you holding up?
This is a bomb prop that actually has a countdown timer and everything else for it to be armed and everything. It is heavy, too. It weighs about probably 20 pounds.
I can see that by the shaking in your triceps.
Look here, you little fucker. Yeah, well, at least I don't need to get a step stool to get stuff off the top shelf.
That's why I have Braxton now. Thank you very much.
That's fine.
So is Braxton coming
to
Firestorm 2?
No, not as far as I know. Not at this time.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, not at this time. He's getting stabilized here in Florida. Trying to get everything done. If he was still on, I'd let him talk a little bit more about it if he wanted to. He's just trying to make sure that everything's straight down here for him. Working on the Humvee, which is why I wasn't able to go to Series Viking. I have to get that cleared out, and then once that happens, to get back on schedule.
That has to be functional by the time that we get up. That the time the prison game comes, because he's supposed to be bringing that up there. Oh look! Speak of the devil, and he shall show. 3 hours later, Casper just came into the chat. All right, so Dave White, don't get pulled over with that. I was like, you know what, dude? Nothing beats me getting pulled over for speeding in freaking I think it was Alabama. And Tinker was in the car, and we're inside the truck. We're going to Copan. And in the back seat of the truck was literally 20 airsoft guns. And 2 of them were LMGs because it was for the gun truck. And when we got pulled over, you know, I could just feel the tension coming off of Tinker of all tight, like, oh my God, look how much stuff we have in there. And there's been several times I've been pulled over coming back from airsoft events where I just say, you know what, I'm going to get out of the vehicle. Why? Because there's a lot of airsoft stuff in here, and I don't want you guys to think there's actual guns in here. And look, when one shows, the other shows. Sub Preacher, how you doing? Yes, I said earlier today, I said, where the hell's Casper been? He's never been on for the stream. So Papa keeps making fun of Joker. It's hilarious. Okay. All right. Well, at least we could play airsoft and not have to sit home nursing a shoulder. I'm going straight for the jugular today. So how many tickets are left for Firestorm there, Kevin?
Well, as of the end of tonight, green is being cut off and tan is still open. Once we sell 50 more tan tickets, we'll open green back up. But right now it's about 100 to 50 that have sold.
All right, so we need to sell a few more
tan tickets.
Tan tickets, so I have more targets to shoot.
Yeah, I'd really like to see this event get to like 300. That'd be 150 versus 150 would be an amazing amount of people for this. Of course, this AO will handle easily 300 versus 300.
Yes, I have a feeling that Papa's phone ran out of battery, and that's why he just disappeared suddenly without saying anything. So I wonder if he's going to come back on the computer, which I would not doubt happens at this point. Guys, I cannot stress enough how badass of an AO this place is. And it's going to be a limited AO. After a certain amount of time, the guy that owns these properties, what he does is he goes in there, has a company come in, strips out all the equipment and everything else, sells it all off, and then he sells the property off. So that's his MO for what he does. So this property probably does not have long before it's sold again.
Yeah, this could possibly be the last game.
Yeah,
who knows?
And this is a pretty kick-ass AO to go to experience, especially if you like real world AOs. And then also Lion Claws is Milsim light, so there's a lot more fun that can be had. You don't have to worry about full auto. You don't have to worry about snipers. You don't have to worry about DMRs. Just SMGs, as long as they can fire in semi, and riflemen, and you go out there just have a blast. Although you must wear a deadlight.
And if you have a GoPro, you have to cover the record light.
Or just simply go into settings and turn off the LED, which you should have already done anyway because it gives away. Like I told the kid that on Friday. I knew exactly where it was in that little that hut where it's all pitch dark because I saw his red little blinking light. I just went right below and I got him right in the neck because of it. And he goes, "I saw your light." He goes, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, you can turn that setting off." He goes, "You can?" Yep. Settings, LED off. And then of course it's like $130 for the ticket, right?
$130 if you're a first-time Lion Claws player. If you're an alumni, been to any Lion Claws event, it's only $90.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry. And you have a chance to come out there and shoot me.
There you go.
Or
get knife killed by you.
I know. Most people don't realize, man. It's like, I'll never get knife killed by you. I was so mad because I could not go to Serious Viking and knife kill all the Dark Horse 6 guys.
And you only had 3 to deal with.
That's right. Because a lot of people got sick.
Yeah, it's just Augie, Jared, and Damien.
Oh, they all would have been easy. Shots fired.
I got my Augie hug, so I'm good.
He gives the best hugs, man.
He's amazing. Big teddy bear.
I'm really looking forward to this. There's a lot of cool stuff going on with it. It's I really can't wait to get this going, to go out there, have a blast, be able to shoot everybody else up, and pretty much just hang out with all my friends. So that's my. I will be smoking a brisket.
Not you. Mark's meat in my mouth.
Everybody wants my meat in their mouth. They just don't know it yet.
Look, Augie's here.
Yeah, he's been coming back and forth. He's been jumping in and out. What's up, Kevin Walker?
I just read that in his New York accent.
Hey, Augie, do you know how Steve's doing? Is he doing all right? He's not responding.
Yeah, I texted him yesterday and haven't got anything back.
Let me guess, your phone died.
Indeed it did. I'm going to have to change the camera inside the shop. Stop using my phone.
That is a beautiful patch wall behind you, Papa.
Yeah. Oh, do you like that? Is there something in particular on there that you like? Well,
not your nose, that's for damn sure.
Let me help you out here.
Oh, there it is. That big diamond. That's an amazing patch.
Man, I just love pushing Peach's buttons.
I need one of those big dead-end outfitters in the center. I need one of
that
those.
Is, you know what that is? That's actually a kill rag.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. That's one of our kill rags. So
obviously, guys, go to Operation. Just search Operation Lion Claws online, or what is it? I never know what their freaking website is. Let me pull it up real quick. It's actually, if you guys are watching the stream on YouTube, I actually have it in the YouTube comments there. The actual link to the event. Man, this is going to play here in a second. Pause. There we go. There we go. Operation Firestorm 2. Eventually, I'll learn to just put it inside of all the descriptions of the stuff that we're doing. Paste. There we go. All right. So get your tickets now while you can. Tan tickets are available. Hopefully, we can get up to 300 players. I like to shoot a whole bunch of people. I will be out there over in our shanty town that we set up now for Airsoft at these events. I'll have some patches over there and all sorts of cool stuff. Also, I'll be talking quite a bit about Pew Pew at Sea, which we have a few minutes. I'm going to talk about that as well. Casper says, "How you doing, Papa?"
I see him. Look at that.
Yeah, he showed up after you disappeared. So.
Yeah, I know. As I heard, and look who's here. Burp, burp, burp.
So let's talk a little bit about Pew Pew at Sea. For those,
Hey, tell you what, guys, I'm going to go ahead and bail. I got an early doctor's appointment, so it was a blast. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, thanks very much for coming on, Chris.
Be here, brother. Let me know if you need anything.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
All right. Okay, came out now. It's just the two of us, and this will be the last topic, and then we'll be off in a few minutes. So, for those of you that have been following Pew Pew at Sea, if you don't know what it is, it's we're putting together a cruise for airsofters. For those of you who are on the cruise or you're already on that Facebook group, just go ahead and search for Pew Pew at Sea on Facebook. It'll pop up and join the group. We're still trying to get the logistics together for setting it up for. And this thing does not want to paste fast inside of Restream. It's driving me nuts. Oh, there it goes. Now it goes twice. Pew Pew at Sea. We're going to be a bunch of airsofters on top of a cruise. We actually got a really good rate. If you guys weren't following the stuff that went with that, our travel agent pretty much let us down a little bit. So we had to cancel with the travel agent. But we're rescheduling the cruise on October 2nd. We'll have the information up so you guys can go ahead and rebook the event. We're looking at filling up 60 cabins. We're going to try to play Airsoft in the Bahamas, but for sure we're going to be playing Thursday night at Miami Airsoft before the cruise kicks off. The prices are actually pretty decent. They include the ultimate drink package, and it's an all-in package. So you'll get everything inside. There we go. Got it. The interior cabin is $544.40 per person, plus $129.78 total charges. Includes your tax fees, dock fees, and the gratuities and all that. For a total of a number that I can't do it fast in my head, which is plus 129.
What are you doing?
It's $673 per person for the event. That's all in. You can put a $100 deposit down, which is all the money is fully refundable. So you fuck you, preacher.
Joker whale. It's kind of funny.
That is kind of funny. I'll laugh at that one a little bit. For the ocean view, if you guys want some of that, now some of these have portals that open, some don't. It's $615 per person plus the $129 equals $744 per person for that one. And this is based off of every room is based off of double occupancy. So if you're only going to go by yourself, we'll set you up with a battle buddy to share a room with for the night. Again, all your alcohol is covered. That's part
for the pop of view. It's $9.95 a minute. For the first 10 minutes and $5.95 a minute every minute after. There is a portal into my room, and you are welcome to stare in through that at any point in time.
I don't think Carrie's going to like that too much.
Oh, she's not going to be in there with me. She wants to have fun.
And the final one is the balcony side, which we actually got a much better rate on the balcony. The balcony is a total of $891 per person. This it definitely improves. That's with all the fees included and everything else. You're going to get $50 of onboard ship credit per person, and you're going to have one of the specialty dining, so one of the expensive restaurants are included for free. So those are the prices that are all in. This event is we are going to have some raffles on there. I know Dead End Outfitters is going to give something to raffle off. We already have a pistol, a rifle.
We are. I mean, we are. We are. Go on. I've already given. I am donating 3 of your shirts. So
3 of my shirts.
People need bedspreads. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and donate 3 of your shirts.
How long have you been holding that one in?
No. I just thought of it now.
Oh, jeez. So with the Pew Pew at sea, we have.
Hey, preacher. Would you like to see me in my floaties? I thought you had a girlfriend now.
Oh God, that's hilarious. There's going to be the idea behind Pew Pew at Sea is that we all get together and hang out. So we're talking about Airsoft personalities. We're talking about vendors like Dead End Outfitters. Atlas Airsoft's going to be there. XFOG's going to be sponsoring it as well by giving us a couple units to raffle off. I think HPA is giving us some stuff to raffle off as well. So there's going to be quite a few. There's a couple of the companies that we're just waiting for them to make sure that they're going to come in before making a big announcement. So again, if you're interested in this event, you could pay as you go with it. So you could put your $50 down or $100 down. I recommend putting more up front because then that way you're invested. You can go in. And then I'll even if people need it, I'll help find a hotel for everybody to crash at for the Thursday night for Friday. We get back at Monday at 7 a.m. And we can go home. So this is a very spouse friendly event as well. Greg's
as he looked over his shoulder. What was that? Like she don't know it's spouse friendly. What's that?
The kid keeps walking by as if to mess with me, and it's like, "What do you want? What do you want?" I'm busy. Bye. So I know that Papa's bringing his fiance.
You got that? Oh, you trying to get me in trouble?
I was gonna say wife, but you haven't been married yet. Then I went to say girlfriend, and I was like, "That's not right." Fiance. Fuck off. No. She doesn't watch the stream. What are you worried about?
She liked me when she was my girlfriend. Now that she's my fiance, she wants nothing to do with me. So I know exactly what marriage is going to be like. Happy for her and service for me. So that's good.
I know Airsoft. He's bringing his wife with him. Yordy's trying to bring his wife with him. And there's a few other spouses that are coming around. I believe Whiskey's bringing his wife. So this is actually going to be a fun event. Definitely outside the norm of anything that you guys done before. And the goal is right now we're going to try to do pistol only games inside of in the Bahamas to have fun with that. So I would definitely keep an eye out for that. If you guys are interested at all, if you've never been on a cruise before, this is the cruise to go on to. Because Norwegian is casual cruising, so you don't have to get dressed up to go to dinner and all that. I mean, you shouldn't go to dinner wearing a T-shirt or like a tank top and shorts. Looking at you, Augie.
Augie doesn't wear tank tops, just the shorts.
Yeah.
Excuse me, COVID. Hey, Randy, how are you, buddy? By the way, invoice is on its way. Guns are all done. Sorry I didn't get it out to you sooner. Just want to let you know.
Come get your stuff out of my shop.
No. It now has a permanent dust mark around where it's been sitting for so long, so it's okay.
I know that feeling.
And you should, and you will continue to.
I will continue to. Each time I call you, it's like, well, that's going to sit here another week.
Yep. Keep making him jokes. Let's see what happens.
Hey, I'm not even the one doing the good ones right now. They are. They've been throwing some shade on you today, sir, not me.
Hey, that's whatever.
But come hang out with us. This this will be an event to really hang out and have a good time with a bunch of the people that are there. You don't have to worry about running around shooting people. Instead, we get to drink some good liquor, eat some great food, hang out in some cool ass locations. And this is going to be like a season opener for moving forward. So we're actually going to make it probably a little bit earlier next year, like in March. So then that way, the people that are in the frozen north will have a much more inclined to come down so they can get out of the snow. Because for them, they'll go jump right in that 72-degree water and it's like, this is warm in the ocean. By the way, Preacher said, how's your son doing, by the way?
Oh, phenomenal. Absolutely fantastic. He's Fort Stewart, been there about 3 months now. Got to see him up at Series Viking. Was awesome to play with him. Every time I see him, I'm like, it's like a little man. Look at this guy. It's it's awesome. It's very, very strange, very surreal, and he really he's kicking ass. They just went through some of the trial tables, and he's actually in training right now for his next school. So fingers crossed, everybody, that he makes it. It's possibly a career maker. So
nice.
Yeah.
Randy B said he'll get it Saturday morning.
Yeah, no, you won't. Next Saturday morning you might, but not this Saturday morning.
Not unless you're coming all the way up to Ocala.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, actually, make your way up to. Oh, wait a minute. I think he is actually. Randy, you're going up to Black Dragon Siege, aren't you?
Well, it's going to take a minute for him to respond.
Yeah, we'll wait for that response.
For that response, be like, yeah, sure. Yes, I'm going to be at the event.
Yes.
Okay, there
you go. And Brax is back.
You know what? We don't actually have to engage with him. That's the great thing.
No, I do. Unfortunately, I mean, no, I
not right now.
Well, I can.
By the way,
I like to.
That was so distracting. You two guys going off like that. I was like, guys, we have a show that we're trying to do, and it's a little bit chunky, but. Yeah, so come check out Pew Pew at Sea, guys. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. I mean, it's probably going to be the first time anything like this happens. But if it goes well the first round, it's only going to grow from there. Next thing you know, we might have an entire Airsoft trade show at sea. That would be the ultimate goal,
That would be a cool one. An Airsoft trade show at sea would be cool.
Yeah, but the problem that comes up with that's like talking about chartering an actual boat. And we have to make sure. I stop saying boat. Yes.
Do it in a do it in a event room, whatever that's called. I'm not good with the words like you. Again, I'm sorry.
So the idea for this one is that we are going to get our own conference room for the people that are going to be there. So if we have 60 people, if we have 60 rooms, we have 120 people, they're going to give us a conference room for about half that size. That'll fit about 60 people. So we can sit around, drink. And usually it's on like deck 5 or 6 right by one of the bars. That's where all the conference rooms are. They're right by bars. It's really great. But as this grows, if it grows big enough, we can actually charter an entire boat, which gives us more flexibility with what we're allowed to do. Like right now, we're not allowed to bring anything on because there's going to be normies on the boat. So if there's normies on the ship, we can't bring the airsoft stuff. But if we're doing an entire trade show at sea, that means every single cabin is taken over by the event. They actually, the way they explained it is that there will be nobody else but your group on that ship. So you're talking about, anywhere between 1,900 to 2,000 people for just airsoft on a ship like that. And it's a trade show. So then they could bring a lot of the stuff on there that typically would not be allowed on the ship. Like plate carriers, airsoft rifles, stuff like that. Pyrotechnics will never be allowed on the boat because it's just the safety hazard that's involved in it. But all the other stuff out there is like we'll be able to do a hell of a lot more stuff with a ship like that if it gets that big. So hopefully it will. But the ultimate thing is, this is to be a networking thing. So whether you're brand new, this is the first time you've ever been to an airsoft event, or just entered airsoft, to the people that have been around like Bulldogs since the age of the dinosaurs, it's a chance for everybody to engage, talk, have a good time, play your feedback to the event host and to the producers and all that. pretty much just like a lot of roundtable, and you get to actually see these people in person and how they really are. Because a lot of times, like, look, I know people don't like me at times on the field because of how I run around and dominate everything else, but they miss the fact that I'm actually a decent human being because they only see one aspect of it. And I'm sure there's people that I despise for the same reason. So it's an opportunity to get people to mesh together and have a good time. Murder mystery Die Hard style.
God.
Oh, I mean, there definitely will be some stuff that's going to be. I mean, if we take over the ship like that, there'll definitely be some cool stuff that happens for people that are out there. Hell, if we could eventually get the, they have a new cruise ship that just launched, that will be launching. It's got a racetrack on it and laser tag. The racetrack.
I'm not going on either one of those with airsofters and alcohol.
Well, I don't think you're allowed. I don't think you're allowed to drive unless you've not had anything to drink for over 8 hours, because the go-kart actually go 13 feet over the side of the. It goes 13 feet over the side of the boat.
Like I said, nope.
With guest star Steven Seagal.
Did he intentionally spell that wrong, or is that Seagal?
It's probably autocorrect, but yeah. I speak ducky speak. No, I play. I wish, now that I know that like one of the boats has like laser tag, dude, I'm so up for like maybe we can do the encore next year. You'll never be able to play on a ship. The only way that we could ever negotiate a way to play on a ship is if we actually find one that they're about to decommission, and we get it as the absolute last cruise. And they'll have
maybe Mike Busey has a cruise ship we can borrow.
Mike.
Wait, what happened? What happened?
Why am I laughing?
Maybe I said something wrong. Did I?
No. He definitely has a sausage castle.
Does he?
Yeah. Nothing could possibly go wrong there. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And if that's actually something like that we could actually eventually pull off, is actually creating a like an airsoft game on a ship that's about to be, even if it's a ship that's going to be retrofitted, right? Last cruise for that. We want to take it over. We want this section of the cruise ship just cordoned off where nobody can go on unless they're wearing eye protection. That includes your staff. Oh, that would be
right, because every waiter wants to get shot in the face while they're delivering a lobster. Yeah. That'll work well. Dude, I can't even find an abandoned motel to play an airsoft game at. Nonetheless, a cruise ship.
Well, the discussions get differently once you start booking entire cruise ships. I'm just saying, but I'm pretty sure that I would bet $1 that there's a way to get it done, but it just means big money. Like that type of cruise would be like, all right, we want to have it to where it goes to this point, and then obviously we'd never be able to play while the ship's actually at sea. But imagine, maritime laws for one.
Nah, take it outside. Take it outside U.S. limits.
There's something that you said, like just because you're outside of international. Out in international waters does not mean that it's lawless.
Lots of things can happen outside in international waters. Some people aren't even considered human being anymore outside in international waters. So
I imagine the safety factors of that boat rocking around would be a factor. But I look at the safety for the staff that's there. It's like, all right, we want you to. At the private island, like dock out on the private island. All right, now what we want you guys to do is we want your staff to stay off of these floors.
I hear the Epstein estate has an island for sale. Maybe we can go there. What's the matter with you?
No,
private island.
No, jackass. All the cruise ships have their own private island. Is what I'm talking about. Like Stirrup Cay is over in the Bahamas. You didn't know that? I wasn't talking shit about Casper. I just said I haven't seen Casper online in a while. There's a difference. See if a film crew would sponsor you. That would be kind of awesome. If we get like Discovery Channel involved, it's like, hey, we have your new reality TV show here.
And see if you guys can each get me new shins and hips, and maybe I'll be taller. Not going to happen.
Another way that might actually happen too is that if we take a cruise ship to like where they go to do the salvaging, and they do the retrofits.
Well, now you're talking about playing in like the same idea as like what's that? Airplane graveyard or something like that.
The airplane graveyard could probably happen. You just have to contact the site and say, "Hey, can we do this?"
Wait, I'm a buzzkill. And your gun's not done either, Dave. It's sitting on the wall with jokers.
Mine's always gonna be sitting on. There's at least one of my guns. If there's not one of my guns sitting on your wall, there's a problem. That means I'm not doing it right.
I wish I was. I'm not taller than Bruce Willis's grandson. Okay, I'm not. No, I'm not. I wish
You're
I was.
You're almost as tall as.
No, I'm not.
No. What's it say?
No.
Tom Cruise. Yeah.
No.
Tom Cruise is only 5'4", sir.
No, he's not. Tom Cruise is 5'6" or 5'7". I'm 5'1".
He's 5'4". He's short.
He's not 5'4".
He walks around with platforms on.
Dude, he walks around on platforms that actually make him look taller. He's not 5'4". But thank you for trying. I appreciate that.
He's not 5'7". He lies, man. Unless he got shins put in and all that shit.
Listen, I know the height of every sub-average actor. All right, and there were only a couple. Yeah, there were only a couple. There were only ever a couple. There was Webster. There was Hervé Villachez. There was I can't remember his name now. Played Arnold Jackson on Different Strokes. Taller than Bruce Willis, you son of a bitch.
You know who you're surprisingly close to height in? Is Machete.
Who?
Machete. Danny Trejo.
No, I'm not surprisingly close to his height.
He's 5'5".
Yeah. He's not 5'5".
Yes, he is.
He's not 5'5".
Yes,
Just stop. Just stop. Selma Hayek's not even close to my height. Okay, actually, she is. She's close.
Hey, we actually found somebody that was like. Hey, I actually found somebody that.
There we. Mike got the joke. Nobody else did.
Deplane.
Yeah, because I said Hervé Villachez. Nobody else got it. And do I need special shoes? No, I do not. Do I have special shoes? Aha! I got a pair of Skechers that have heels this tall.
Danny DeVito, I think, is 5'2".
No, he's not. And I am taller than Danny DeVito. Yeah. Yeah.
But he's also like, he's only 4'10".
Thank you. I told you I know all of them, man.
All right, Kevin Hart.
Please, seriously, stop now. Stop. I should offer a prize if somebody.
Wait, hold on. How tall is Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart is 5'5".
That's not what's coming up.
Kevin Hart's 5'5".
It's actually saying 5'2".
No, he's not.
They're saying there's like things saying 5'2" and 5'4".
Look up pictures. Do pictures. Just see him next to me.
I'm looking at pictures. He's shorter than his wife.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, so am I. Dude. I'm shorter than your son, and he's in a wheelchair. Okay, so I'm fucking tiny. Oops. Sorry.
All right, that's fine. I don't care.
No,
all
I
right.
swore.
So there's a bunch of places either saying he's 5'2" or 5'4".
He might list it 5'4". He's not 5'2". He might list it 5'4". Most people don't realize how short, like what that really looks like. Because I don't actually look like I'm 5'1" until I walk up on you and try to nuzzle in your bosom.
I was talking trash about when you were talking about the when's the next game at the Immokalee prison. Well, good luck with that.
Hang on, and let me help everybody here who's throwing all these people out that are all still taller than me. All of them are still taller than me.
Oh, Jesus Christ, what's his name?
Guess you're just gonna keep trying.
I know. Fuck, man. I know. Look.
Don't do it. I know where you're. I know exactly where it's going.
Where?
No, go ahead. I've always wanted to star in Game of Thrones. Absolutely.
Oh wait, that's why I said the wrong one.
Yeah. I've always wanted to star opposite Michael Myers' waistline. Absolutely. That'd be wonderful.
Oh, no, that dude's dead. That kid's dead.
Yeah.
Deep Roy.
Who?
Deep Roy. You don't know Deep Roy?
Deep Roy?
Yeah.
Porn star?
No.
Oh.
He's a little person. He was the Oompa Loompas in the newest Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You don't know who I'm talking about?
No. And he's a little person.
That's what I said.
So see, there's this area here, right here, that I exist in.
I was not going to.
This is not overlooked by women, and this gets paid by the government. I'm in here. Okay.
I was not going to call you.
It is now 10:23. That's for you. I'm out.
I was not going to call you Peter Dinklage, okay? Because I know you're taller than him.
Nope. Game over. You're muted. Nobody can hear you.
Hey, look. Everyone else is going to. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and finish this up.
I have a gold ARP9 and a black orchid for sale, guys. Super cheap.
I swear to God.
Super cheap.
You better hide well, because I will castrate the fuck out of you. All right, so we talked about a lot of good stuff tonight. We talked about, obviously, our upcoming events, which, for the record, for those of you who are not paying attention, this weekend is Black Dragon Siege. Come out. There's still tickets available up until midnight. 24 hours, I guess he said. So that was a couple hours ago. So probably right around 23-ish hours left to go. Fuck you, Chesley. You're not getting it. Mike, I finally cursed. It was like 3. I finally said the F-bomb. 3:23. Mike, hopefully you're feeling better, bud. Yeah, $200 for the orchid. I swear to God, Nick, I'd find you and I'd kill you. They won't find the body. So about 23 hours to get your tickets to Black Dragon Siege 2. Come on and check it out. It's a first time event by RC Airsoft or Rage Airsoft, depending on which way you want to look at their site. It's going to be a cool 3-faction event where it's green and tan versus black. And possibly some green versus tan, but black's definitely against everybody. Come get your chance to shoot me up. Looking forward to it. Yeah, you got the numbers going, brother. It's not going to happen.
Hang on now. Wait, don't count them out, because I mean it could get up there. I'm just saying.
It's not going to.
Look here, we're at 400 already. I'm saying.
No. That number has to go so ridiculously high for me to consider it. And
I'm just saying, you know what? Maybe what we do is we have a not an auction. We do a raffle. Maybe we'll do a raffle for it.
No,
that's not bad.
No.
Okay,
I'm not even trying to go there. All right.
Okay, Wiener.
So after Black Dragon Siege, the following weekend we have Fulton Gap Airsoft, where I'll be there with Casper. Come check us out. We'll be on Warsong. Those tickets are also pretty cheap too. They're only like $53 a person, or $55 a person. That's kind of cheap for that AO. That AO is pretty badass. And it's a Saturday Sunday game. A lot of technicals out on that field too, but a lot of elevation as well. So you have to get used to going up and down. Of course, we're also all looking forward to Firestorm 2 in Carlisle, South Carolina. Come join us for that event. We'll be Papa's not going to be there. I'll be there with a few of the guys. We're all going green. No. See what that little shit that's put in there?
If he's serious, it's sold. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. I can't.
Look, not my Black Orchid.
$1,200.
There better be another zero behind it.
That puts you halfway there.
That's at least another zero behind it. So if not 2 zeros behind that, that's how much I love my. It's fine. It's not going to happen. After that is going to be Firestorm 2 at the Carlisle plant in South Carolina. This is where Mayhem Mill 2 is. This is where Mayhem Mill 1 is. It's a really awesome 1.8 million square foot textile factory. That's a really badass real world AO to play at, which is going to be only for a limited time, guys. That's just the reality of that AO. The guy will sell all the stuff. No. And then after that, we have the game that we're all really excited for. Papa will be there. Nick's going to be there. Rob Wiener's going to be there, which is the prison game, Operation Big House, the Syndicate. This is on a 35-acre prison facility that we're going to be playing in. 20 buildings, all sorts of explosions, vehicles, all sorts of chaos. 3 factions there as well. DEA versus Cartel, tan versus green. Cartel is green, and they could also have civvy tops with any color but black or red. Yes, sir.
I unless I got confused, you mentioned going back real quick, Black Dragon Siege. You said $55. It's a Saturday Sunday event.
No, I said that was for Fulton Gap. I said
Fulton Gap. Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure.
Sorry, Black Dragon Siege is $40, and it's a one-day event.
Yeah,
it's Saturday. It's at Wayne World, not Wayne's World. It's at Wasteland Ops in Ocala, close to Wayne's World. So it's worth the trip up there to hang out, play for a full day, have a good time. There's going to be a few raffle items. I guess I'm going to be throwing games out into the crowd, like I typically do. But the prison game, that one's going to be badass. We have multiple sponsors for that. We also have 3 factions there. It's going to be a pretty kick-ass event. For the prison, 8 Airsoft's going to be there. Amped Airsoft's going to be there. Of course, Dead End Outfitters is going to be there. They're going to be providing an airfill station. Nobody wants him. He's worthless.
Well, no, hang on now, Pat. Oh, well, he'll clean the house. They're just giving us Padawan, but
I don't.
He's there to actually do work.
I said 8 Airsoft. Jeez, man. The prison game, that's going to be up in Crescent, Pennsylvania, Dave, and there's quite a few of us from South Florida going up there. Obviously, Echo 4 is going to be up there running their JTF missions, and then they're going to be doing some definite noise making out there. This facility is another one where you really have to go. Of course, I'm going to be. There's some people that are going to be carpooling. Sure. I know I'm driving up solo, but I'm driving back with somebody. Love Rob. It's like as if I don't know how to properly talk about the sponsors and all that were coming. So Xfog's going to be there.
Hey, you get everybody else right.
Tax is going to be there. I got you right, bitch. Jesus Christ. Need some cranberry juice? HPA is going to be sponsoring the Chrono Station. We're going to have quite a few different games going out there. So that's going to be a lot of fun. This game is going to be one not to miss. So we actually are going to have a night evolution on Saturday. So there will be a night game on Saturday. Friday is going to be the JTF mission, so that's going to be limited engagement. But you guys get to come inside because we actually, instead of being set up in tents and all that, we're actually going to have an indoor location for everybody to buy all their stuff right where registration is. So it's yeah, I know, and I freaking blew as soon as I started the stream. I blew a button off my sriracha and my sriracha Hawaiian shirt.
Wiener, it's not a pajama top. It's called a muumuu.
You want to see something really funny?
No, I don't. No, sit down. Nobody wanted to see that.
I didn't show you everything.
No, thank God.
It was really funny. So Wiener bought me some black camo jeans, pants to wear, right? First pair came, which is the ones I'm wearing right now. They're too small. And I'm just trying to stretch them out a little bit. You know, just trying to get them to go a little bit. So he goes, all right, fine, I'll order 3X. He orders 3X. They're smaller than these 2Xs I'm wearing right now. It's that bad. So guys, come out. Augie's going to be at both Firestorm 2 and the prison game. So yay, Roggy. It's not even fat ass, man. It's the fact that these guys don't know how to make fucking pants. Like the Asians don't know how to make pants for Caucasians. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is on Amazon. You have a new pair for me coming Friday. I bet these ones don't fit either. I know. And look, as much as I joke around with Wiener, I really do appreciate you buying me black camo, brother. I do appreciate it since I didn't have any black camo to my name, which is the one camo color I didn't have. But if you guys haven't checked out 8 Airsoft, they're going to be doing some pretty big announcements here soon. You know, they say the hard ass. I'm not going to promote 8 Airsoft anymore. Fuck those guys. But seriously, guys, as always, we really do appreciate everything that you guys do for watching and paying attention. We had people that have been on for almost the entire duration tonight, once again, watching us. So we like to thank the people that have stick through to the very end. We really appreciate everything that you guys do to support us. We are actually monetized again on YouTube, so thank you for supporting the channel. We're going to try to figure out what some content that we could do to get some donations and stuff going, because we have a lot of cool stuff going out. If you guys missed earlier in the stream, we'll talk about it more, but I'm going to be doing a 2,300 mile bike ride to help raise money for my son's care for the next few years, like including a proper wheelchair for him that he needs. The one he has will work, but
it's going to take him 4,400 days to do that bike ride, by the way, just so everybody's aware.
You know, yeah, you all can make fun of my fucking weight and everything else, but man, I can bike. That I can do. I could just it is funny though. What's up, Rev? Revenation. Look, dude. Yeah, it's funny now because when I go to get in the tuck position, I'm just kicking my belly left and right. So I'm kicking my own stomach. But eventually that's gonna it is the tuck position. So that bike ride, we're raising money to help get my bathroom converted for my son for his handicap thing, get the access to the get him a lift where he can go up there. Yes, the wheelchair we want to get him is the Action Track Chair NR, which is a sit-to-stand wheelchair, which this chair that we're given does not assist to stand, but it also gives him the ability to go off-road. So, yeah, we can get him to play some Airsoft because that kid wants to play bad. But we also eventually are going to need a vehicle that has a ramp in back so he can roll right in, because that little bastard's heavy, man. I'm not gonna lie. That kid, I had to lift him up yesterday. I was like, "Holy shit, you're big." So that's going to be, and any excess funds that we raise after that is going to get donated to the Muscular Dystrophy Association. Thomas, I played some of it today. Is there a particular clip you're looking for? Because, let's see here. I mean,
10:35.
I know if you.
Yeah. Well, I'm wearing my special shirt today.
I know. I see
my Arc Reactor shirt today.
It's like almost as if. So I got all these from yesterday that I've already done. I mean, it took a long time to get all these clips done, guys. I mean, there was so much editing I had to do to pull up all the videos and all the instances. I didn't even show half of it tonight. I'm saving some of it for posting up on TikTok later on. So Thomas Mullen, Papa's wearing a different shirt this time. Unacceptable. Like father, like son. Yeah, my son is. Hey, look, and his. All right, that's the one thing that he's like upset about is his weight, because what happens with his steroid is he gets moon face, so his face is extremely round and chubby. So that's like the only thing that really does bother him. Papa looks very tired. Yes, he does.
Sorry, guys.
We've been
trying to hold it together, but
yeah. Guys, we always love engaging. We wish you guys were here an hour ago, because it would have made this the discussions today so much more better. Whenever we always like interacting with the people in chat, it's one of the things that helps these things go. We really are trying to bring you guys into the show by having you guys comment. So the more you guys comment, the better the show is for all of us. So please, for next Tuesday, come on in and join us. We will be having a special stream on Thursday to talk just about Operation Big House and Pew Pew at Sea. So we're going to go into more stuff about that. I know Papa's looking like we're having another stream. Surprise! But guys, it is 3 hours, 36 minutes, and 20 seconds. We've been going nonstop. We're going to go ahead and say goodnight for tonight. Until next time, we'll see you on the field. You all stay safe. We'd like to, again, thank all of our sponsors, Big House Produce, Dead End Outfitters. Are you mad because I switched it around? Oh, you turned your heart off. High Powered Airsoft, Norwest Airsoft, and all the great people that support us. And now 8 Airsoft. I was about to say the wrong company. So everybody, thank you very much for your support. We love you all. See you next week. Till then,